We started off as Titans, and now we're the Jets. The start of every season always starts with the sweats. Vinny T, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, what's the deal? Don't even try to tell me that the curse ain't real. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny boys, Jets worldwide. Why, yeah, boy. Like and subscribe. But fumble, fail, Mary, choking Fitzpatrick. The end of every season is always tragic. Doug Bryan missed, everybody got a piss. 2 Super Bowl seasons ended with just one twist. 15 years without the playoffs. Is Aaron Glenn legit? We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny boys, Jets worldwide. Yeah, boy. Like and subscribe.
Hey.
Oh, hey. You caught me. I'm dancing to the new intro video by, well, Macho.
Macho killed it.
Yes, sir.
Killed it, Macho.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you, brother.
Very welcome. Very welcome. Jets Worldwide. We are here.
We are here
That's
today.
right.
And I'm so glad we got rid of that old intro that kept saying victory and it never happened for us. But you know what? We are back. Ready to rock, ready to roll. It's been cold as anything. We've been stuck at airports. I don't know what's been going on, but big and major shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining us on your Friday night. It is the chill spot over here at Jets Worldwide. We are going to talk about all Jets and the crap that is going on with this organization itself. So I am going to give you guys a fair warning off the rip. If you are anti-Aaron Glenn, this is probably not the show for you right now. Just letting you know that, all right? Because we're going to talk tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. But look, at the end of the day, if you are anti-Aaron Glenn, it is what it is. I mean, that's your right. And we've been losing, so. But
Feel free to take your anger out on Aaron Glenn in the chat. You can scream all you want in there. We're going to read them. We're going to post them. We'll put them up. If you hate Aaron Glenn, you're welcome. If you love Aaron Glenn, you're welcome. If you have no opinion about Aaron Glenn, stick around and form an opinion because we're here. So, yeah, Jay's saying fire AG. That's fine.
And it's a known fact that he reads the chat too. So let him have it.
Yes. Aaron Glenn does read our chats.
I would have to say this, man, right? I feel like Aaron Glenn is taking all the shots. Like that individual is just straight taking buckshot to the chest with no vest on and is still walking forward, all right? Like on some Terminator stuff. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't really understand it. I mean, I understand that we've been losing, right? And the way I guess we're losing is pissing people off, but the patience, it's not there anymore because it's all we've done for I don't know how many years. But this organization, Snowball, when's the last time we had a winning season?
I don't know. My dog wasn't alive. I just recently started my job like many years ago. So yeah, I don't want to like. Can I add on to what we talked about it before the show started, right?
Yep.
Aaron Glenn's our coach. Okay. And I'm going to say this throughout the night. And if we lose viewers, whatever, we keep going up, which is good. So we have no other choice. He's the coach. Okay. So love him or hate him, he's here. So if you're gonna hate anybody, hate the guy who kept him here. Don't hate Aaron Glenn. Uh, if you're a fan, you got to root for wins. You have to want this team to succeed. The whole tank next season garbage, I don't agree with. I want to win games. I want to be successful. I want to see this guy, Aaron Glenn, who's one of us, right? He was a Jet. I want to see him succeed, and I want him to pull through. However big of a miracle we need for that to happen, which doesn't look very promising this season. I got to be honest, but you got to believe in the possibility of it happening. So I'm a sucker every year. I get sucked in. I want wins, and that's the end of my story. So I can't. Yeah, we like Gator says, right? Don't let go of the Gator. It's rope. It's not a noose. It's rope. And if you want some rope,
Oh,
I got
we
a
got a
whole
promo
box.
going.
I got a whole box of rope. So if you want a piece of rope, later on in the show, we'll tell you how to get a piece of rope from Jets Worldwide.
Wide. Oh, Macho, when's the last time the Jets went to the playoffs?
The last time the Jets went to the playoffs,
11 years ago.
that was a pretty good year. I was still in my 20s. My knees didn't hurt as much. I think I could run without getting tired for more than like 5 seconds. Like it was a long time ago. Let's put it that way.
Got it. So let's get into it. All right. Aaron Glenn. He's been the hot topic right now for the New York Jets. It's everywhere. You're seeing it on the Pat McAfee show. You're seeing it blasted on ESPN. You got Stephen A. Smith. You got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, whatever, right? You could do the whole alphabet if you want to, but it's there right now. And the Jets are relevant for something that we do not want to be relevant for. I feel like he's getting the wrong end of the stick, if that makes any sense, right? Because he was given a squad that was declining off rip. And I'm gonna ask you this, Macho. Like, Macho, I know you're a dude that likes to put up stats and bring up stats and stuff like that, and you're pretty quick with it, right? So let me ask you this. When the whole debacle of Saleh with Ulbrich interim coach, that New York Jets team, where was it ranked? Like, and give it to me with everything, right? Like the offense, the rushing, whatever.
So like if you're looking at the offense specifically, when it came to points that we put up, we were 24th in points. We were 24th in yards that we gained, 31st in rushing yards, 14th in passing yards, which was easy to do because we were normally down by a lot. So we were forced to throw the ball extremely a lot. And then 32nd in penalties. When it came to defense, we were 20th in points allowed, third in yards allowed, 17th in rushing yards allowed, and then fifth in passing yards. So it wasn't great. We had a couple of spots and areas where we could look at it and feel good about it, but when you put it in the context of things, it was kind of hard for it not to be there, like the passing yards. It's hard for you not to get passing yards when you constantly have to pass every game. It's hard for you. I mean, we had a pretty good defense, so the stuff on defense was pretty good. But when it comes to the offense was really bad.
And that is prior to Glenn taking over the squad, right?
Correct. And this is with a quarterback. This is with Rodgers, who a lot of people wanted to keep last year and to this year, where they felt like stuff would have went a lot better if we did bring in Rodgers and had a quarterback.
Gotcha. Okay. What was the ranking for the defense?
For the defense of last year?
Yep. Well, during the regime of Saleh and
it was 20th in points allowed.
Okay.
We were third in yards allowed. So we were pretty good in not giving up yards. We were 17th in rushing yards and then fifth in passing yards. So our specialty was stopping the pass.
Gotcha. Right. So with that all being said, the new year, what were the rankings on there? Did we go back even more, or was it, pretty much the same shit, and he was just trying to get rid of the crap that was there from the old regime?
So, but before I read it off, I want to ask you guys: Do do you feel like watching the games, because we watch every game, we love this team, we pay attention to this team every week. In watching this team every week throughout this year, did it feel like we were doing better than last year, or does it feel like it was about the same? Do you feel like we were doing worse? Like when you were watching the games, how did you feel in watching those games? Like we did better or worse than last year?
We were shit. It went even worse. It was declining. It was over the edge already. That like we were free falling super hard already.
And then what about you, Snowball? How did you feel when you were watching these games? Like how did it feel compared to last year? Did it feel like we were doing better or worse?
No, it felt stagnant. Felt like we were in the same place as last year.
Okay. So
To me.
that's basically what it came out to this year as well. We were 24th when it came to scoring, 24th in offense in totality, 16th in passing yards. Passing touchdowns, excuse me. No, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at 2024 real quick. That I knew that sounded too high. 29th in team rank for the offense for passing yards. We had given up. Excuse me 1 second. It is giving me the wrong stats.
And we got a whole bunch of people up in here.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Paganardi. We got Gator in the building. The Jets Jaro coming in here talking about the roster year before A-Rod was picked by many to be the Super Bowl favorite. I have no idea who said that, but that definitely was not myself or yeah. What?
It wasn't a bad roster. It was a good roster.
So I don't know. We got Tony in the building talking about Glenn is worse than Kotite. It's there. I mean, can I argue with these people about that? No, I can't, because it's the truth. Right now, it's bad. It's bad, and it just keeps getting worse, and it's unwatchable.
Johnny, do you know Mr. Bruno GI?
I do not.
Neither do I, but I want to welcome him to the show. Oh, that might be Microfox. I'm looking at the
logo.
The logo, yeah. Looks like
So I got these rankings pulled up. When it came to this year, though, when it came to points, we were 29th. When it came to yards, we were 29th. When it came to touchdowns, we were also 29th. So we were terrible when it came to offense. When it came to rushing, though, we were actually 7th in rushing yards per rush. We were 12th when it came in rushing yards. We were 11th when it came to rushing yards per game. 19th when it came to rushes per game. So when it came to our rushing, we were a lot better, but when it came to just offense in totality, it was still very stagnant, very terrible. When it came to our defense, we were 31st in defense. We were 25th when it came to giving up yards on defense. We were 23rd when it came up to giving up rushing yards, and we were, when it came to passing yards, 25th. So terrible, absolutely terrible. It's not so much as to whether Salah versus Aaron Glenn, whether Aaron Glenn is good or not. With that's not really the conversation here. The conversation is whether Aaron Glenn deserves to come back. If you look at what he was given compared to the numbers that we just gave you for 2024 compared to 2025, it's not that much different. Was he a good coach? No. And as you guys and me saying here today that we do not think that he should be fired today doesn't mean that we're saying that he did a great job this year. That's
Correct.
Not saying that he was a great coach this year, because he was not. And he has to do a lot better to even consider having a job after 2026.
Correct.
But whether he deserved to be fired, I think it's a little tough to just expect him to come in here and turn everything around given the pieces that he was given. Now, the moves that we made throughout the year also did change the trajectory. We started off 0-7. We were 1-7 by the time the trade deadline came. We made the moves that we made knowing that we weren't going to do anything this year. Before we made those moves, because I'm not giving them the pass of saying that we did bad this year because they were trying to tank, because that wasn't the case. The first 8 games, we were legit just bad, and he was bad too. It wasn't just the players; it was coaching issues as well, offense and defense. The coordinators were doing bad. The head coach was doing bad.
So he gets no pass being a first-time head coach, being a rookie head coach at that, right? So everybody's on it and being like, you know what, F it, fire him, bring in the next individual that we hope and pray that this person is going to want to be the coach for the New York Jets. Correct?
Yeah, I mean it's and even if, let's say, I wanted him gone, again, what you said earlier was, as Jets fans, we want to see wins, right?
Correct.
Realistically, what coach, because everyone wants to talk about all the coaches that are available right now, which one of them that are actually good really wants to come to the Jets? I'll tell you, none of them. Nobody wants to come here, especially coming not just given the bad history that we have for this franchise, but also coming off of the year that we just had. So if you're somebody that does want Glenn gone because you want wins, it's actually better that he stays on for this one more year. Give him this one more year. Make sure that he doesn't touch any of the draft picks coming up. Give him this year to see what he can do. And if he can't turn this shit around, then he has to go. We bring in a new coach with all these new draft picks and start over fresh. If we bring in a new coach right now in the middle of the kind of change that we have going on here, that kind of just makes this new head coach kind of a lame duck in a way, where now he's in between coaching changes, in between regime changes, with the roster changing in between as well. It makes the most sense to just let Glenn see this out one more year. And then based on how he does on this year, which I'm hoping is good, am I putting money on it that is going to be good? Probably not. But
No.
I'm hoping that it's good. And if it's good, then we bring him back another year. If not, then we get him the hell out of here and we start fresh with all the draft picks. We bring in this new head coach. Go get the quarterback. Go get the team and start the team and build it in the image that you see fit. And let's start it and run it over. But until then, let's just bring Glenn back for one more year, see what the hell this plan is, and then see it through.
100%. So
I just wanted to ask, I wanted to play off of what Macho just said. I just want to ask you a question because, you said it. I think we've said it also before the show started. If Glenn has a good season, right, then bring him back. What's good? Like, what's the mark? What's the bar? Like, we had three wins. Mm-hmm. Does 4 do it? Does 5 do it? Does 6 do it? Does 7 do it? Like, how many wins does this coach have to have in order to consider him successful, to bring him back another year? So I have my own opinion, but what's your opinion?
For me personally, I think there's 2 things that kind of matter. The number definitely does matter, but what also factors into that number is the decisions made. So he's bringing in a new quarterback, him and the GM, of course. It's not just his decision, but they're bringing in a new quarterback. They're bringing in a whole new regime. So all the wins and losses I can put on them this year, where last year I was able to give them a little bit of that leeway because there was a lot of guys that they didn't bring in. There was guys that were just already on this roster mixed in with the guys that they were trying to bring in. So with this year, I'm trying to look for about 7 to 8 wins minimum to keep him going. And not only with that, I also want to see us fight. I want to see us be competitive within our division. I don't want just 8 wins and none of them come in our division. We cannot just be getting swept by everybody. We can't let the Dolphins just be kicking us around like we're trash or something like that. Like, we need to be competitive in our division. I want to see us actually fight. I'm okay with losing sometimes. Like, this year, I was not expecting to get a lot of wins, but what I was expecting was the team to fight. I was expecting to see some type of change from week to week, and you wasn't seeing that really. So if that's happening again this year, then he just has to go. If we're able to get some wins and you're actually able to see this team fight week in and week out, whether it's a win or a loss, and I just feel good about my team's performance every single week, then I'm okay with bringing them back.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's quality of win. It's who you win against, right? Because we saw that with prior coaching where we started off like dog crap, and then we excelled later on in the season. We beat who was it when we were with Gase, right? Like, we had all those wins at the end of the season, but we were we were beating up crappy teams. So it doesn't. The quality of the win is it. But I agree with you. I'm going to go a little bit higher though. Like I think he's got to bottom out at 8
Okay.
wins. He's got to bottom out at 8. You know, and if it happens, like, you know, that's a stretch, man. Like that's a big stretch. But
it is.
You get the right coaching in here. Like I know that we got a DC now. We'll get into that later. The Duke, right? We got to see who we get at OC. Got to see who we get as pass game coordinator, like QB coach, like all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff, and I know we're starting late. That's the other problem, right? We're getting a late jump, so there's a lot of crap that's gone on. But you know what I'm doing? Holding on to that rope.
I mean, the fact that we're talking about having another losing season, and that's like the floor for us, it's sad as shit.
Sure.
All right. And it's bad. You want to make a lot of people believers, win the fucking season. Give us a winning season. So you're not going to be talked about anymore with Salah. You're not going to be talked anymore about Kotite. And then you could build off of that. And then the year coming up with the draft and the free agency and the more cap that we're going to have, you could start getting a lot more players to come on in here and start being able to potentially build on the New York Jets. The thing is, man, I have to be honest with you guys, is our fan base, we're very negative, bro. We're very toxic when it comes to this shit. And the guys that are making these decisions up there are hearing this shit instead of really being behind them and being like, yo, it's his first year, right? It's his rookie. I get it, right? He Valette said he didn't get a quarterback. But what quarterback was he supposed to get? Aaron Rodgers? Him and Aaron Rodgers did not mesh well at all. Okay, there was going to be problems. There was going to be beef, and it would have looked 20 times worse than what it did this year itself. Let's keep it a buck. Okay, now you have Justin Fields that's out there. Justin Fields gave you upside over all the other individuals that were there. That was the bottom line. Okay, was he utilized the correct way? Hell no, he was not, and I'm going to stand by that. That's the reason why Tanner is no longer our OC. That dude is gone. So do I think that he's a pocket, passer and all this shit? No, never thought that, man. But damn, use his legs, bro. How many of us were like, yo, use his legs, and why not? Yeah. But every single quarterback that was inserted, regardless, Tyrod, freaking Brady Cook, they sucked. It looked bad. Okay. You saw stuff in practice that never went into the game. Where were the fucking tight ends? I think I saw maybe one tight end screen for the whole entire year, and that was it. But we're not talking about none of that stuff, right? We just fucking like everything is on Glenn. Glenn's the reason why for this. Glenn's the reason why this cat dropped the ball. Glenn is this, Glenn is that. When are we going to put a little bit into the fucking players too? And I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to be cursing a lot tonight, man, because it's Friday night. We're chilling. Guys, smash the like. Appreciate everybody being on here again. This is our opinion and our opinion only. But it's the truth, man. Like, when are we gonna put some of the blame too on the fucking players? But Sherwood, bro. Look at Sherwood, dog. Like, look what he did the year before and all that. Really? Is that what we're talking about? The dude had a whole bunch of tackles and all that stuff like that. How did he look this year? Oh, but he went bad because of Aaron Glenn. Or maybe he was always that, and we just masked a lot of shit. Maybe we overvalued a lot of our damn players itself and didn't fit the schemes itself. Maybe we had a guy in Wilkes but who hired him? Oh, it was Aaron Glenn, right? It was Aaron Glenn, and he brought it over there. Bro, there's not many people lining up to come over here and do that. And you know what? I got to give it up to Glenn for saying, fuck it. If I'm going to go off by my damn sword, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die on my own sword. And the hell with it, right? If I go out, I'm going out swinging, and it is what it is. It's just crazy, bro, that we're still having to hear the name about, Aaron Rodgers. and all this. Bro, that guy is constantly throwing digs at us, man. Constantly
Roger,
throwing digs at us.
and that never honestly made sense because when people say Rodgers, they only think about the playing ability. Yes, he's a better quarterback than anybody that we had in our quarterback room. But to like what you're saying, there's a lot more other stuff that comes with Aaron Rodgers specifically. Like there's the whole offseason show of, is he going to be on the team or not? Is he going to be on the team or not? Is he going to show up to the practices? Is he going to be at the mandatory practices? Is he not going to be at the mandatory practices? Every time we lose, all the questions that they're going to be asking him specifically. If you, the we thought that the media was bad on people like Justin Fields, like imagine all this stuff happening that happened this year with Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback and him at the press conferences answering these dumb questions that are being thrown at these players and coaches that we have. And it's just to rile people up, and they know what the hell they're doing. When it comes to Aaron Rodgers, there's that stigma of just constant media just always attacking him, and we already had enough bad publicity with the way that we played by ourselves. We don't need the Aaron Rodgers effect added on top of that.
We gave that man everything he wanted, bro. Everything he wanted. And you had a guy that came in and was like, yo, that shit ends, bro. Like it's done. This is my ship. This is the way the boat's gonna roll. And if you don't like it, then it is what it is. That like I just don't get it. Right. We talk about all the fucking players that have gone back and have regressed and all this shit, but we don't talk about the guys that they were bringing in, right? That were somewhat the shining light for us. Let's talk about them. Brownlee looked good, right? I thought so.
He
Briggs,
looked really good.
people were shitting on Stevens, right? Oh, fucking Stevens was how much money? He might have looked good. A couple of the draft picks that we got, right? Where was Malachi Moore again picked? And he was the best safety out of he was the best safety out of all the shit that we had over there. Yeah, maybe Cisco was the one that didn't really do good for us this year. I agree with that, but
That happens with every team, though. You get busts. That's it. If you're 1,000% in draft picks and free agency and all that, you don't exist. You're not a team. You're in someone else's imagination. So, it happens. I've seen a lot of flip flopping also this season. When Wilkes came in, I heard a lot of people, not everybody, but I heard a lot of people say, you know what, that's what this first time head coach needs, right? A little stability in the locker room. Needs somebody who's been a head coach before, kind of help him along the way. And then as soon as he got fired, people are like, I don't know why that guy hired him, right? He was a loser, all this stuff. So like it goes back and forth, right? And I don't blame people because people are angry. And when we lose, people get pissed off. And then you kind of lose your head. So I get it. I'll deal with it. It's fine. It's okay. But like, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, the done. Finished. I'm not even going to talk about it because it doesn't exist anymore. But the future is we need a quarterback, need an offensive coordinator. We got a DC, but like those are the things that we should be concerned about. How are we going to make this team better, regardless of who the head coach is? How are we going to make the team better? And we made one move first, right? And that move, and I'm not going to talk about Duker yet. Johnny, you mentioned it before. Aaron Glenn said, I'm going to call the defense. You got your defense guy. So he's, like you said, he is either going to swing that sword and slay the dragon, or he's going to jump on top of that sword. So to be continued this season.
And it is like, look, this is no shade towards anybody that is like saying Aaron Glenn is, you want him gone. You're entitled to your opinion, okay? But that does not mean that you're going to be able to sway my opinion or anybody else's opinion that's up here on the panel, or even the stuff that I say up here is going to sway what Snowball is going to want to talk about or what Macho is going to say. That's my point on what I'm trying to get after. Bro, I don't want 8 wins. I fucking want 9, okay? So that means to me that at least I have a winning season. That's something that we could build off of. Okay. I want us to continue to keep building through the draft. People are saying, oh, is he going to be able to draft? I think he had a pretty okay draft last year. Oh, but that was only between Mooj. That was more of a Mooj thing and all that. Yo, remind me again, who was the scout amongst them two?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Sure.
the conversation needs to be talked about. We just don't fucking know. And that's the problem. There's no leaks coming out. They're having to have individuals make up shit because they don't know what's going on over there on One Just Drive. And it's being blasted in all these big news outlets just to come back and be like, yo, I never said that shit. What are you talking about? Yo,
John,
can Aaron Glenn just have a conversation with Gruden and be like, yo, bro, you've been in very similar situations like this. You know, how did you deal with the shit show that was Oakland Raiders when you were over there? Because you were getting a left and right, and then you had the whole issue now with the suing of the NFL. Are you really wanting to come back and coach again? Is that something that you're looking into? And which team would you want to do that? How about that? How about that conversation instead of being, yo, let's use the New York Jets as another punching bag and put that out there for everybody to have us get hit some more as the Jets fan base itself. And there's just us just amongst each other, just fight. Like it's wild, bro. It's wild to me.
There's a bunch of animosity and just anger and we don't know where to direct it. So it becomes a bunch of infighting between us of we should keep Aaron Glenn, we should fire Aaron Glenn. Muji doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and ultimately, like you said, it comes down to what decisions can we make to make the team better, right? That's the most important thing is trying to make this team a good team and try to compete for Super Bowls. That's the only thing that we're supposed to be doing is trying to compete for Super Bowls, and we can't even get to a point where we can get to a competent level to where we just look like a decent team. So instead of just fighting with each other, we just have to try to figure out what it is that we need to do as a team to try to get better. Is Aaron Glenn the right guy? I don't know. Even though I'm saying I don't want to fire him this year, I'm not saying that he's the right guy. I'm not saying that he's the future. He's going to lead us to the promised land. And again, he's made a lot of bad decisions. The Justin Fields one was one of them. There was a bad decision. You look at the quarterbacks that were available in hindsight, you could say we could have got this one instead of that one, sure. But when you look at it from the perspective of back then when we had to make the decision, they all kind of looked alike. And Justin Fields just looked like he had upside because he has some legs and he fit his age kind of fit with the scheme that we were trying to do here. We were trying to get people around 25 to 27, kind of middling where you have enough experience in you, but you're still young enough to be coached up and all that stuff. So it felt like a perfect fit, but it didn't work out. And that happens sometimes. You could look at someone like Kevin O'Connell, who is basically a quarterback whisperer, but then he drafts JJ McCarthy and you see what that looks like. Sometimes people make the wrong decisions and that's okay.
Correct.
But now what do you do now that you make the wrong decision? How do you build upon it and turn it around? That's what we have to see. And that's what we're giving him the chance to do with this year. Is he able to do it or not? And then we can make the decision based off of that.
Yo, Glenn has stated that he's fucked up and he knows he's fucked up.
He did.
Yo, we never heard that shit from Saleh or any of them over there. You know what we heard from Saleh was, yo, I felt like I was a glorified fan on the side. That came out of dude's mouth.
Yeah.
From his Titans presser, his first one.
I was the timeout guy. Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy for him.
I think what's hard for people to the pill that's hard to swallow for most people is the magnitude of change that we've gone through, like for the past couple of days or weeks, where we've seen, a lot. Right?
We're gonna get into all of that.
Even Envelope says it right here, right? A lot, right? We've gone through a lot of change. We've had a lot of people like leave this organization, and now we're leaving it up to this first year guy, right, to make all the changes. When he screwed up so bad his first year. I'm going to tell you something, right? I'm a public school teacher. I've been in school my entire life, okay? From when I was very young up until when I became a teacher. I went through college, went through master's programs, and my first year of teaching, was horrendous. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was bad. Okay. I was really bad. But the second year I got better, and the third year I got really good, and then the fourth year I was like, I was cooking. Sometimes, and if you're in the chat, or even Johnny or Macho, right? I don't know. I know what Johnny does. Macho, I don't know what you do. And the people in the chat, I don't know what you do. But the first year of anything, right, is difficult. It's very hard. And you can try to mask mistakes, and you can try to cover things up. But people are going to see through it. They're going to see what you did, and they're going to call you out. The horrible thing that I think about is this: if he noticed a lot of shortcomings, that he made a lot of bad decisions, right? He made a lot of bad decisions, and if he would have kept those bad decisions and tried to mask them and just go into next year and say, all right, we're running it back. We're going to change a couple of things, and that's it. But the guy overhauled everything, or he's trying to overhaul everything. And to me, that means that two things. He's fighting for his life, which he is, right? Or he's really trying to make competent changes. And if you think that he's going to whatever, I'm just saying that he cares and he's trying. So complacency sometimes is bad. So I'm okay with the changes. Again, this guy is going to either live or die next year, and then we move on. So, hopefully we move on with him because he had a very successful season. But other than that, that's all I have to say.
I mean, Snowball, that's you took the words right out of my mouth, because it's the truth. Like, you I don't know how many people have ever had the privilege or been able to take over a business and everything, especially a business that's been failing. What's one of the first things you have to do? You got to get rid of all the bad shit that's been there, man. It's a reason why it hasn't succeeded, and the shit's not going to look good from the jump. Some people are not going to like it. You guys are going to get people that are going to say, yo, that dude's a dickhead. Hey, that guy's an asshole and everything. But when he changes it around and you start seeing that actual business succeed, you're going to be like, damn, it was something. He did something there, and it just takes time, man. I get it. We don't got the patience for it or anything. Yes, you had a guy that came on from the very jump and got onto the podium and was like, yo, we're going to win now what we have. What else is he supposed to say? Do you want dude to get on the podium and be like, yo, this team sucks ass and we're going to lose a shitload of games. Get ready because we're built for this shit.
We're going to try really hard.
Nah, man, like that's not. Can you imagine saying that to the New York market and expect everybody to get behind them?
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see what happens. All right.
Right. I'm here. Let's see what happens. Oh, and listen, I got to answer this. I got to answer this here, right? Okay, so he says, hey, Snowball, after your bad first year of teaching, did you blame your students, your colleagues, or your predecessors?
I'm sure you could have blamed some of those students. I wasn't there, but I could just assume.
I can't blame the predecessor. I can't blame the predecessor. I can blame some of the students, right? And being a newbie, right? Sometimes you want to please everybody, and it's hard to, you want to do the best that you can for everybody. So, yeah, sometimes you do make mistakes based on feelings, and like he said, students, I could blame some of the students. Colleagues, you know what? When you don't have the support of some of your colleagues, like if you don't have the support of some of your coaches, I'm going to relate it to football, right? I could see that maybe Glenn and Wilkes kind of maybe they didn't completely jive on the defense, possibly. And again, with the I don't know if it's hearsay or we're running a Wilkes defense, we're running a Glenn defense, we're running this and that. You got to have some support from those. And I'm sure that there are, people get pissed. I get pissed at my colleagues all the time, right? We disagree on certain things. It's fine. But sometimes your colleagues maybe, and the predecessors don't matter, right? The people who were there before you, but they might have set the precedent. They might have actually set the precedent, the way
That's
things
true.
run.
That's a good
So,
point.
you could blame them, but I guess when you're really deep down, you got to blame yourself, right, for the way things go because you're always in charge. So I don't know. I don't know, Miss the real two cruising. Like I could blame a lot of people. In the end, I'm going to blame myself, but some people don't help. So that's it. Help.
Yeah, I mean, it's bro. Let's. I'm gonna put it with the school shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put the students and I'm gonna relate them to the players. Okay. I used to make it a living hell for my teacher. Okay. Especially if I had a new cat that just came on that does not know the ropes. I'm gonna take advantage of it as much as I can. Okay. And let's just keep it 100. Let's be real with it. What do you think a lot of these cats were doing? Yo, look, man, I got away with it with so much with Salah and all that stuff like that. I'm gonna be able to skate through it here too as well. You know, yes. Did he hire the staff that was there with him? Yes,
Yeah.
he did. Yo, but he got rid of them. Okay, he got rid of them. He was able to control what he can control, which is them cats. And you know what? Let's get into it. Um, I know Afram, I really just realized when I just said that because that's gonna probably bite me in the ass, you know. But look, I was maybe a little bit too smart for my kind because I might have done stuff that, But anyways, let's get into it. Um, Macho, before I go, I know you want to say something.
No, I was gonna ask because I was also one of those kids. Does your mom tell your kids the type of kid you were like in school? Oh, okay, yeah. So she makes it harder. All right, that's it.
Dude,
That's
she
it.
tells me all the time, your son's gonna be just like you when you were yo, and I'm
My mom
seeing it
too. Yeah,
already, and I'm like,
yeah,
all right, guys.
yeah.
So
Let's get it.
we're gonna have some fun tonight. All right. I'm looking forward to this little part of it because there's been a lot of news that just happened within the New York Jets. And this was a perfect segue to go into what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about everything tonight, guys. So let's have some fun, get into the chat. Again, you're entitled to your opinion. If you don't like what I'm saying, you don't like what I'm saying. All right. And it is what it is and all that. But doesn't mean that I'm going to think any different about you or anything like that.
Are you taking
Appreciate you guys.
calls? I'm
We
so sorry.
can. Yeah. Later on.
Okay, because I was gonna say to what you're saying, like the people that disagree, I would like to hear those point of views. So please call up at the end when we start taking calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I would
So
love to hear it. Yeah.
So we you know this. We play a little bit of some match game. All right. We try to have fun with it, and let's get into it. So this happens. All right. There's a lot of shit that occurred, man, out of nowhere, and it was off the rip. This man fired Tanner, Wilkes, Bly, Charles London, Eric Washington, Scott Turner, Aaron Curry. Is anybody upset that these cats got fired? Like, what are we talking about? This dude said, I fucked up. I hired the wrong people. I thought I saw something. It did not fit what I'm trying to do. I got rid of them. Okay? I got rid of them. What is your guys' thoughts on all this that you just saw?
I think it was one of those moves to where I have to make and this is the mind of Aaron Glenn. I have to make a drastic change. I can't just change the DC and think everything's going to be okay. I have to make a complete change. Do I agree with making all those changes? Tanner, I wasn't mad at Tanner. I wasn't sold on Tanner. I didn't think that Tanner is going to be the OC of the future, but I didn't see anything in this year that made me feel like he had to go. Now, if you're already firing 6 other coaches, adding Tanner to that probably was just might as well. Let's just clean house completely. And in that sense, it does kind of make sense to let's just start fresh because again, like we're saying, Aaron Glenn made a lot of bad decisions this
100%.
this year. A lot of bad decisions. A lot of that stuff also carries on to the rest of the staff. A lot of that stuff also carries on into next year. So maybe his train of thought is, if I can bring in all new people, hopefully more experienced people as well, to help him as well in all the stuff that he is insufficient in because he's still new to being a head coach. Let me bring in this new regime of coaches to try to get a second better crack at it. Like you said, going out on my sword. If I'm going to go out, I'm going to just start fresh, because the last thing I want to do is keep a couple of these coaches just for the fact of just for the sake of keeping them. And then it doesn't work out next year. And then when I get fired, all I'm thinking of is, damn, I should have let Tanner go. Damn, I should have let Wilkes go. Damn, I should have let Bly go, or something like that. So it's like, let me just clean house completely, do whatever I can to where if it doesn't work out and I get fired, I at least feel okay and peace in my mind that I did what I thought was best for the team, and to try to move on from next year.
Snowball?
He hired all these people. He thought that they were going to do a good job. He had faith in them that they were going to do what he thought that was going to work, and it didn't work. No, I've taken kids on in clubs, and I've been like, hey, you know what? You'd be a great, president of this club, or a great treasurer of this club, and then they drop the ball. So sometimes we make mistakes. I was very upset that he let Charles London go. I'm kidding. But what I'm saying is, it looks really bad. We had a really bad season, right? No one does this. No, it doesn't happen with the Jets. So it happened here, right? Like, it doesn't happen but you kind of expect this. It doesn't hurt, but it's alarming. And are we upset that we let any of these guys go? I know that a lot of fans thought that Engstrand didn't get the chance to really work with a quarterback. He had Fields, he had Tyrod, he had Cook, and he didn't have anybody of quality. So like the jury's out on Engstrand. Wilkes, he got rid of him early because the defense was crazy. Bly, London, Washington, Turner, Curry. It's a long list, and it is scary. As a fan, it's scary to see this many people get taken out. But as a fan, you have no control, and that's the thing that we have to come to terms with. Are we upset? Are we pissed? Yeah, we're pissed. We're angry. We're upset. But this guy better freaking turn it around. If he's going to make this many changes, it better be like head over heels, big differences next season, or else he's dead. So whatever. Good luck, Aaron Glenn. You're the head coach. I'm going to root for you, but that's about it.
Yeah, like the only person that needs to be should Aaron Glenn take some accountability for what he did? Who's going to be the person to do that? The only person that could do that is this man over here. And okay, do we really want to hear from him? Like, do you guys truly want to hear from him? Nah, right? Because he's going to pay this guy a whole bunch of money if he fires him. So you have Aaron Glenn, and that's where we're at. And it is what it is at this point. Okay. Who else is going to come here? You really believe that John Harbaugh is going to come to the New York Jets?
What's crazy about that? Because I'm one of those people that will obviously, I think everybody would love to have John, but let's say he did want to come here, right? That would be a best case scenario. Him or like a Tomlin comes here, right? We fire Aaron Glenn, we get one of them, they build their whole coaching staff in, and we go into the next season with them. Even with one of them as our head coach, do we feel confident that this roster is ready to win games next year?
No,
because I don't.
I don't.
And if we're at the point where we still don't feel confident in our roster, and it's not where we're in a position where we could potentially just change it in 1 year, there's some teams that are just like a couple of players away from turning everything around. We're currently not there. We need a lot of players in a lot of different positions and a lot of different coaches. We need a lot of shit. So there's no head coach that can magically come here and turn it around in a year. So if we're going to be basically destined to be bad again next year, wouldn't it make sense to just keep Aaron Glenn, let him, this is the mess that you made, figure it out. If you're
Thank
able
you.
to figure it out, beautiful. We'll keep you. We'll keep it going. We got 3 picks in 2027. Go ahead and make those picks. If it doesn't work out, you put us in this shitty situation and it doesn't work out and you're not able to get us out of it, we're going to get rid of you before it's time to make those 3 2027 picks. Bring in somebody that we can hopefully trust in and let them make the picks and just take it over from there. But no matter who's available this year, there's nobody that can come in that's going to take the roster that we currently have and make us contenders. There's nobody.
Like with Glenn, okay, and him having his next year. To me, the way I look at that, if I'm a coach from somewhere else or whatever, and let's just say that Glenn is shitty all over again, okay? And it's a bad season, they get rid of him, okay? I'm a coach and I'm like, damn, Woody Johnson didn't just straight up fire him. He gave him the opportunity and gave him the chance to do that. If you fire a cat off the rip off jump, you're going to be no different than the fucking Cleveland Browns. You know, like I just I understand, like, guys, we're not here saying that, you know, AG is going to do us very good. AG is going to, because we don't know. Nobody knows. And that's what's making everybody go nuts. But we have to give him a chance. Okay. He inherited a shitty player staff. Okay. Then he hired these guys that he thought was going to be able to do something, and they didn't. Bro, I've never seen an organization that just gets constantly shitted on. Okay. Like they try to do something, it just never happens. Look, you could say whatever about Woody Johnson, but yo, he's not scared to spend the money. I think where the money that needs to be spent a little bit more is probably on the head coach, and say, pay for whatever it is that you got to pay. But a lot of people say, damn, do I really want to start my career over here? Dude, we're a stepping stone as the New York Jets, because you get guys that come over here, they go somewhere else, and they're a lot better. Okay, you can name them, and it keeps going. Like, I want to hear from Aaron Glenn, and why did it take you so long to fire all of these people? What happened that it took you this long? We don't have those answers right now, and that's what's driving everybody nuts, because nothing is being told to us. Muji, dude, when we had the alter ego show, Snowball, and I was giving those questions to them, it was exactly for things like this that was happening. The questions that I want to know and I want to get answered, that they're not giving it to us. Yo, how confident are you on Aaron Glenn? Okay, do you still truly believe on what he's capable of doing? And then at the end of it all, this guy, Woody Johnson, needs to step up, have a conversation to put stability back into Aaron Glenn and Muji right now. He needs to come in there and say something. But I don't know, man. Like, is he gonna do it? No, he's too busy over there. Like, there has to be something that needs to be talked about, because this is what happened. This man got fired, and the entire Jet fan base was like, what? How? Why? But yo, I was never a Tanner guy, so I am probably the worst one to ask about this guy, because none of his stuff that he did in practice ever translated into the games, and you saw it. I never understood it. I was like, what the hell? You know, but Snowball, your thoughts on just Tanner being just the guy that was told, hey, you're going to do your stuff, but guess what? You're not going to say the plays. You're just going to get the nice, cool participation trophy that you're going to have there for you.
Yeah. Listen, we went to training camp. We watched practice. We were able to, see what this guy was up to. I kind of liked what he was doing during training camp. Preseason games, looked attractive. During the season, we heard before the season started that we're going to let Justin play quarterback, right? Wrong plan for the guy that you had, he's not really a 100% quarterback. So, I was confused about Tanner Angstrand and the way that he operated after the season. And put yourself in Tanner Engstrand's shoes. You just went through an entire your first season as the offensive coordinator for the Jets, and then you hear, oh, your position's going to change, right? I wouldn't be happy. Like I wouldn't be looking to stay here. So I'm probably looking out the door, to be in. Just like I don't want to be here. If my position is going to change, if I'm OC and now I'm not OC, why the hell should I be here? So, they say fired. They say fired. The guy was probably willing to leave, knowing that he wasn't going to be doing the same position that he was before. So, good luck to him. Have a great life. I hope you're successful someplace else. But yeah, I don't blame him for wanting out. Who knows what the real story is? Was he really fired? Was it a mutual agreement to part ways? I wouldn't blame him. And I don't blame him for getting out of here.
Yeah, me either. I'm kind of on the same boat where that fired word I'm kind of iffy on, because of all the stuff coming out about them saying that they were going to bring another offensive coordinator in basically, and I guess let him keep the title of offensive coordinator, but have someone else run the show, which wouldn't have made sense.
No, that didn't make sense.
It does not make sense in practice.
No.
It just in thought. I don't understand. I'm hoping that was just some fake report that went out there. But it's just I'm not mad at the job that he did. Did he do a great job? No. Do I think he was given a fair chance to do a great job? No, given the quarterbacks that he had to design plays and schemes for. But again, I don't expect us to be good next year. I don't think whether he's here or whether he's not here, anything is really going to change too much for us. The most important thing is still who's going to be the quarterback. I don't care who the offensive coordinator is. If we don't have a quarterback, we can't do anything. So again, I not hate to see him go. It sucks that he had to go because he didn't do anything wrong. But at the same time, they're probably better off for him to go somewhere else and possibly go do something else. And
like again, it's what were the expectations for people this year? Were you fucking thinking that we were going to have a stellar ass freaking defense with all of the undrafted free agents that we picked up that were on our line? And then you had Quinnen that was being told you're going to be playing every single down, not like the way you were when you were over there with Salah. But nobody wants to talk about that. Like, people talk about the old regime in Salah and JD. But JD and Salah also, right, made a promise to a quarterback that was playing for us that you're going to be our guy and all that. And then guess what? They traded his ass a couple days after saying, no, hey, this is our guy. We're sticking by this quarterback and everything. But people tend to forget that. And look, I got to say this, man, with Nam coming in here, and he says it. Why do so many people decide that this was the year to act like the Jets have never lost games before, especially during an obvious rebuild? Exactly. Like, I don't know, man. This is going to be it's tough, right? And the thing is too, which is bugged out to me, and people don't like. I don't know if they watch it or whatnot. Maybe we watch too much Jet shit. If I'm being honest with you, but dude, like he literally told us we're built for this shit. And what are we built? What are we built for? Because all I've ever known is fucking seeing nothing but losses and thinking that we're gonna be good this year. So, yeah, it's us constantly overestimating, overvaluing our players. Us thinking that this is something gonna be that we had not had in a very long time, and it just didn't.
Coach Glick got tricked.
Yeah, like
Said he had
it
us at 8
happened.
and 9. Overestimated the talent and the players and the coaches. So, like, it's we get fooled every year.
Every
Unfortunately, we get fooled every year with this hope.
I had us at 5, and that was overestimating. That's just so sad.
guys, I just wanted a winning season. Like
So sad.
people were like, "Yo, let's get playoffs, baby," and I'm like, "Nah, dog. I just want a winning season. Like that's something you could build off of, okay? But dude, if he gets 8 games, that's great." And all that, I'm like, "No, that's a losing ass mentality. No, give me 9."
That mentality is only because of like the comment that you just brought up. It was an obvious rebuilding year. So on a rebuild year, if you win 8 games, that makes you feel good because that makes you feel like, okay, we're going in the right direction at least. To where if you're trying to compete for a championship and you win 8 games, it's like, all right, what the hell just happened here? Like if you're the Ravens right now, you're like, what the hell just happened? But if we have the Ravens record, we're like, okay, that's about right. That's where we should be. You know what I'm saying? So that expectation is really what really sets the mood for everything. And if you were one of those people expecting us to be a good team coming into this year, unfortunately, you were sadly mistaken and sadly just let down every week. But it's crazy because in this fan base, going back to what you're saying, where we just watch so much Jet shit, we watch so many different Jets channels. We're in the chats, we see other people's chats, and I see the same people talking throughout the year saying that we should tank. We should tank. We should tank and try to get a better pick. This was starting about week 7, 8, all the way to the end of the season. But throughout the year, as we're
When
losing,
we didn't have a win
right
at all.
But when we're losing games throughout the season, they're complaining about the way that we're losing. So it's like, what is it? What really makes you happy? Because you want us to lose, but then we're not losing the way that you want us to lose, or like what is it that it is that you're actually expecting the Jets when you watch the Jets every week? What is it that you're looking for? If you're looking for a win, chances are we're not there yet, unfortunately. We should be hoping for wins though, because that's the damn plan. We want to freaking win the damn games. But realistically, you look at the way that the players were playing, the way that the coaches was coaching, AG making his mistakes, defensive coordinator looking lost, offensive coordinator not knowing what the hell to do with the quarterbacks given. It's just we have to bring the expectation down a little bit and then just kind of attack it.
Yo, and Macho, guess what? We get to have a very tough schedule next year too.
Yeah.
On top of that shit, so it's tough. Look, man, like I was very hard on fucking Brees Hall. If I'm being honest with you, bro, but I blame this guy right here, Tanner, because I do believe in Brees, and I do believe that Brees is a special individual that has yet to be unlocked. Okay, because I guarantee you, he goes to another squad and everything, you're gonna see a completely different Brees Hall, and we're gonna be like, "Damn, we should have never let him go." Blah blah blah, and all this shit. You know, that's why I'm tough on Brees Hall, because he's one of the good ones that we have. That's why I'm tough on Garrett Wilson, because he's one of the good ones that we had. That's why I was tough on Sauce when he was not catching balls and dropping them, because my expectations are for these individuals as players, as professional athletes. Okay, when you're needed and you're one of the most talented people on the damn field, you have to show up. You have to show up, and it just didn't happen, and it wasn't occurring. Is that on the coach? I don't fucking know. Okay, I don't know, but this cat still kept trying and kept going on there. But let's get into the next round. So all this shit happens, right? Insert these two guys having a good old time, great chat. You know, been talking supposedly since the whole Wilkes firing, and everything was in regards to, hey man, bro, I got you, dog. You about to be the next DC of the New York Jets, man. Can't wait, right? And pump the brakes real quick. By the way, my damn job's on the line. You ain't gonna be calling shit It's going to be my defense, and I'm going to do it. Are you okay with that? What is your guys' thoughts on when all of this came out?
I'll let you go, Snowball.
It's actually very confusing, right? And again, this feeds into everyone's frustration with this team, because when you saw the people that they were interviewing for defensive coordinator, you had some favorites, you had some people who were okay, you had some people that you didn't even know who they were, and we kind of looked at it and went, all right, you know what, like, if someone's going to come in here and be the defensive coordinator, I hope it's an insert name that you liked out of the choices that we had, whether it was Leonard, Wink, whoever it was. And then things changed on a dime. And like you said, Johnny, right? Like, pump the brakes, right? Like, you have to feel as though he's flying by the seat of his pants. He has a plan, but then he's changing his mind. And listen, sometimes that's a sign of genius, and sometimes that's the ultimate sign of stupidity. And people are going to fall on one side of the fence or the other. But to have Wink Martindale as like the supposed favorite person to be the defensive coordinator for the Jets, and then have that stop, and we totally choose somebody else who wasn't even on that initial list, like, it's not instilling a lot of confidence in the fan base. So I don't even know what your question was. Do you want me to comment about? Do you want me to comment about Wink Martindale and whether or not I wanted him to?
I think you answered the question.
I think you did.
I think I did. But you know what? To be completely honest, this whole thing is very confusing, and all I am doing is I am putting one hand here and the other hand here, and I am praying. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you very quickly. I was in church today. I was at a funeral mass, and I'm sitting there and I'm praying to God. I'm like, you know what? All right. First of all, the person who passed away, I prayed for them first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They come first because they're the person, right? But then after that, I was like, God, and by the way, whatever happens with the New York Jets, make it successful, right? And then I looked to the right, and on the altar, there was like the symbol that was like in, I don't know if it's gold or whatever it is. It's metal. It was painted gold. Guess what it was? Johnny, guess what it was? In the circle, there was an object inside the circle. Do you know what it was? Macho, do you know what it was?
Joe Namath burning?
No.
Shit.
Macho, you have a guess?
No idea.
It was rope. It was rope. Right after I said, God, please make it successful, boom, I saw the rope. So take it as I'm waiting for the comments to explode. but listen, I see an uptick in people who are here. If you're just joining us, welcome in. Welcome to Jets Worldwide. I'm Snowball. That's Johnny Boy. And below him is the man Macho. And hit the like button. We really appreciate it. Lets people know that we're on the air. And also, if you could hit the subscribe button, we are on our way to getting 500 subscribers. I know we're not of the popular opinion right now, so you may not want to hit the subscribe button, but you might want to come back and hear what we have to say next week. So make your decisions. But 500 subscribers we're looking for. Also, I know this might not go over, but I thought it was actually funny. I have little pieces of rope. And if you send me a $10 super chat, you can get yourself a Jets Worldwide exclusive piece of rope. Venmo is at Jets Worldwide. You just have to put a tag in there with your address, and I'll mail it to you. I swear to you, I will mail it to you. But if you want a piece of the rope, hold on. Right? Yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, next.
Macho, your thoughts on this whole debacle between... Yo, first off, man, I just got to say this. I've always felt weird about calling this cat Wink. Like, it is so suspect to call another dude Wink, okay? So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyways, between Mr. Martindale and Mr. Aaron Glenn.
Could you imagine Wink on offense and Dookie on defense?
Bro, the Jets, dog, it only happens to us.
What are we doing? Anyway, so I'm on I'm in the mentality where I'm simulating to 2027. Because again, I don't expect us to be good. Now, if there's things that happen in this off season that change my tune, then I'm all on board. Because again, I want us to be good. I want us to win a damn Super Bowl. Like that's it's the one thing I dream about every single week. But realistically, expectation wise, we're not going to be good next year.
No.
I don't care who he brings in as the OC, the DC, any other of the assistant coaches. It doesn't matter to me because I'm assuming that we're going to be bad. And when we're bad, guess what? Everyone's going to be gone anyway. So, Wink, you want to come here or not? It's up to you. I understand the mentality of Aaron Glenn wanting to call the plays because, again, he's coaching for his life right now. He
Yep.
doesn't care how him saying to the whoever the defensive coordinator is that he is interviewing at that moment, hey, I'm gonna call the plays. He doesn't care how that makes him feel. I'm calling the plays because I need to, because it's the only way that I can kind of ensure that I keep my job or where I get fired and I'm at least okay with it. So I understand him wanting to call the plays and telling all the DCs that he's going to call the play, but at the end of the day, I don't care who he calls. I mean, who he hires as the DC or the OC or any of that stuff, because we are going to be bad and everyone's going to be fired.
My, you're right, Macho. My thought, and this is my opinion again, everybody, my opinion only, because I was not there. So I have no idea what was talked about. Okay. But these are two fiery individuals. Their personalities are very strong. Okay. Glenn was like, dude, I am in the corner fighting for my life right now. Okay. And I'm sorry. I know what you and I spoke about, but I'm going to be calling the plays on defense. Are you okay with that? And my man, Wink, with the one that doesn't stink, was like, I'm out of here. Hell no, bro. I'm trying to get myself back into the NFL. You know, why would I do that? And already it's a shit show in your entire organization itself and all that. And then you're going to do this to me? I'm good. You know, so that happens. Who do you get? Who you're expecting that's going to be okay when you got a coach that's saying, I am going to take over the play calling itself. And I could tell you who, okay? Because you said it already. And it's this guy, the Duke, Brian Duker. This is our new DC. He is going to get a participation trophy at the end of the year that says, good job, okay? I have no clue about this individual. All I know is that this individual had some type of relationship with Aaron Glenn when he was over there in Detroit, and that's where their paths essentially passed together, okay? But appreciate you, Phil. He started as a Cleveland Browns defensive intern in 2015. Then he went to San Fran as a defensive analyst in 2016. Then he was with the Ravens in 2018 to 2020. He served on the actual defensive staff as an assistant and a coaching analyst. Then 2021, 2023, he's in Detroit, and he worked as Aaron Glenn's assistant. He was the safeties coach and defensive back coach as well. 2024, 2025, because, you know, Glenn left. He's with the Dolphins as their pass game coordinator. That is it. My man was born in 1989, so he's a young buck, okay? He might be able to give some really cool new types of schemes that people are using. And, you know, he's had that relationship with Glenn. maybe that's what we need, right? Let's get these young bucks. It's what everybody's been talking about. I don't know, man. I'm trying to make something out of this. All I know is this man's name is Duker, and everybody's calling him the Duke, and I'm calling him the Duke, and I think it's badass because, go Blue Devils, because I am a Duke fan at that. I know Nick's in the damn chat itself, so he talks about them Tar Heels, and they suck, but here we are. You had to get a yes man. It was the only way it was going to work because ain't nobody in their right mind was going to come over here to say yes to Aaron Glenn. You could take over the play calls. I'll just make sure that I am holding your freaking coach pad or whatever. So, Macho, your thought.
I think it's perfect, honestly. And the reason I say perfect, not because I think Duker is going to come in and turn this defense around, is because I think that, again, Aaron Glenn is calling the plays. He's looking for, like you said, somebody to just kind of just hold my clipboard while I call these plays and learn on the fly. And if you just went over his resume, he's never been a DC before. He's had a bunch of coaching history on his resume, but it's all been defensive side, but it's only been defensive back, safeties, defensive assistant, defensive coaching analyst, and stuff like that. So he's been working his way up. So good for him. This is a good way to try to get a year of defensive coordinating experience because, again, everyone's getting fired next year. I'm going to hammer that to you guys now because it's going to happen, unfortunately. Now, if I'm wrong, I will be more than glad to be wrong about it. But unfortunately, I think all of them are going to be gone again next year. So for him to be able to get a guaranteed DC job right now on my resume, learn on the fly for a year, and then next year use that experience when it comes back into the coaching cycle of next year, 2026, that works out for him. It works out for AG because he's not somebody that's going to be fighting back with AG. Hey, I want to call the plays. I want to do this because Duker hasn't done anything in the NFL. So AG's not going to hear any of that shit. So it kind of works out for both sides, honestly. Like Duker gets to learn, AG gets to do his thing, call the plays, and then we just move on to 2026 and look for a new head coach.
Snowball?
Before they were great, where were they? Right? Where all these coaches who were great, where were they before they were great?
True.
You didn't know who they were.
Yep.
I'm not saying Brian Duker is going to be great, but what I'm saying is there's a potential, a little bit of potential, right? There's a chance, but probably not. But like you guys said, he is the yes guy. He is the president's speechwriter, and he's going to write out the speech, and Glenn has to deliver it. So, that's the thing with this kid. You never know. People come out of left field. You can't crap on people. I that's like a pun because his name's Duker, right? You can't crap on Dookie, right? Until you see what he does. So hopefully, again, this whole season is based on faith, religion, and prayer.
Dude, it's all it's ever been for the New York Jets.
That's all you. But again, people Glenn has dropped a bomb on the Jets because he has blown everything up, and we're used to crap. We're used to change the head coach, bring in a new defensive coordinator, or like it's slow changes. This is like massive overhaul, and it's like we've been taken by surprise. So do I hope the best for Brian Duker? Of course I do. I'm not gonna crap on this guy yet, even with whatever experience he has, right? Being with where was he last? With the Dolphins?
He's the Dolphins. Yeah, he was their pass game coordinator and secondary coach.
Real quick, the rankings for the Dolphins passing yards last year was 18th. They were 32nd when it came to opponent completion percentage. They gave up 72% to opposing quarterbacks. The interception rate was 23rd, and then the passing touchdowns allowed was 27th.
It looks fantastic.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard the choo-choo train to hell. But
hey, we're on it. We're gonna be watching that damn train on fire. We're just there, with popcorn in hand, watching it, and like, give me some more. Look,
I thought he had a stint someplace where he had like a lot of interceptions, right? Wasn't there someplace where he was where like the team had a lot of interceptions?
The
I thought
Ravens.
was it with the Ravens? Did he bring him in because of his experience with the Ravens? And like, again, you have to analyze the talent that he was playing with. So like,
Well, I think the big part of us bringing him in was two things. One, the fact that he's had never been a DC before, so he's somebody that can be hired as the DC and just take orders, basically, where he doesn't have any pull to fight back. And then two, the fact that he had that stint with AG for those 3 years, so where
Yeah.
they were working on the defenses together, so they kind of have that kind of built-in relationship. So I think those are the only two things that were just like, all right, he's perfect, let's hire him.
and that with all the other freaking defensive coordinators that they were looking at, they just like, oh, let's just erase the whole board and go,
Yeah.
oh, you come on in.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the hard part to swallow. Like, that's the hard part to
Yeah.
swallow. That he
Yeah.
wasn't even on the list, and he just all of a sudden, whoop, one interview, come on in.
Because the whole
What did
time
he say? What did he
we're-
say
we're
that
all
made that happen?
we're all hoping for Leonard. I'm assuming most people are hoping for Leonard to come in.
Yeah.
So that's why we're assuming we don't have a DC yet. So then for them to just come in and then hire Duker out of nowhere, kind of just put a wrench into everything. But I mean, do we care what he did in his past? Because AG is going to be calling the plays anyway. So it's like, how much input is he really going to have on this defense?
Look, man, you're right. And that's the thing. Leonard was never going to happen. Let's be honest with it.
Wasn't.
Okay. Especially after the whole conversation, hearing about, hey, Tanner, you're not going to be taking any of the, you're not going to be doing any of the game plays or whatever. You're not going to be calling that anymore, man. Okay. We're going to get somebody else. All right. So just know that. Bro, you hear that? You really like, hey, let me go over this team because, what I do really well is going to be fucking taken away from me. So I'm just going to be chilling there. No, you have to have a guy that you worked with in the past before. Okay. You know how he functions. I mean, this dude was his assistant. Okay. So he's okay with it. And you know what? Let's be honest with it. If for some crazy reason that Snowball's prayers have been answered, okay, and the New York Jets do really well and the defense gets up there, bro, people are going to be talking about Duker as the next thing. They're not even going to be making fun of his last name anymore. They're going to be calling him, yo, the Duke, baby. You see what the Duke's doing over there? That
Big
Duke scheme is that big Duke, baby.
Mhm.
So it is. Look, he's done a lot of the small crap that you have to do to keep moving up, man. And this is just another one. Okay, so like, we don't know. That's the shit that everybody's like, who the fuck is Duker? Where does this guy come from? How did it happen? You literally interviewed the cat a day before and then you hired him the next day.
I want to know. What did he say? How did he say it?
It was real simple. He said, listen, I'm calling the plays. You cool with that? Brian said, yep. He said, you're hired.
Literally, that was it. It was done. He was like,
But how did they switch from like the 8 guys that they were looking at? Then the list kept going down and down and down. And you're left with 5 guys. And they go, you know what? Hold on a second. Remember that guy Brian Duker? Yeah, he was with me in Detroit. Give that guy a call. See if he's available. Bump. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, how you doing? All right. Yeah, we're gonna interview you tomorrow. Okay, is that okay? Yeah, zoom in. Okay, no problem. Here's the link. Click. Hey, I'm gonna call the place. Are you okay with that? Just write them up. Right? Yeah, I'm doing that. Hired. Check. All right, next.
That's it.
Got him. We got him. So then this happens. Dude, it was a lot. There was a lot going on, man. It was a lot going on. Like, let's get into it. Okay, next round of the carousel that is the New York Jets organization. We are at round 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that got fired and the whole conversation was, guess what? We're going to bring this guy over here with us because he's going to be the one who's going to be calling all the offensive plays. Little fact, I don't know if anybody knew this, but this man played for the New York Jets in 1996. So he's a Jet, baby.
Ken O'Brien?
Is it? I
Oh,
don't
no.
think so.
Is that Justin Fields?
Nope, it is definitely not.
Wait, is he crying? No, he's not crying. That's not Justin.
He's not
Oh,
crying. He's not in the closet either.
I cannot make this up. When I saw this, guys, I was like, he is built for this shit because he played for this shit during that time. Okay. So look at his stats. I mean, my man is 6'4, 210, comes from Maryland. You see his stats on the bottom right there. I don't know how to take off the hold on. I can't. I could do it. There we go. You know, 96, man. Look at that. 331 attempts. He completed 175 of it. 2205. I mean, we probably would have killed for that this year, I think, right? So, but look, 15 touchdowns, 16 interceptions.
Entering his 13th NFL season right now, officially qualifies as the journeyman quarterback picked up in the offseason by his former college coach, Bobby Ross. He should provide starters. Oh, Scott Mitchell with plenty of backup.
Oh, he definitely did.
That's a vote of confidence, man, for this guy. And every time I look at these helmets that they used to wear back in the day, is it any wonder that these guys like died so early and like had concussions and like look at those things. They look like they're plastic. Like that's horrendous. Or pieces of metal on their heads with zero padding inside.
It's crazy the difference between that and then like the mushroom cap, the Guardian cap that some of these players are wearing nowadays.
Right?
It's like night and day.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
And he was playing with Aaron Glenn that year as well.
That's right.
Teammates.
Yo, guys, this is hilarious. So, you know, him and Glenn having awesome conversations. They're like, hey, man, you remember back in the day, brother? Oh, hell yeah, man. I was concussed probably the entire time that I played with you. I don't remember shit. But
we're getting the band back together.
Hell yeah.
Call up the boys.
So right? So Frank Reich, right? He's an experienced NFL coach, and he's a former quarterback. He's really well known and best known from when he was with the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had that shit year with the Panthers. He did win a Super Bowl as the OC in 2017 with the Eagles.
He was with the Eagles, right?
Okay. But you know what's one of his like really cool attributes? He was the first coach to get fired back with the team. So he got fired from the Colts, right? And
and then the Panthers
the Panthers fired him the next year.
Right.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
That was the year before Bryce Young?
No, that was with Bryce.
That was with Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
Yep. So we got this guy. And we bring him in. But he's really recognized, right? He's a really offensive-minded coach.
Mm-hmm.
One of his biggest developments was when he was in OC for the Chargers. He actually, in 2015, was brought in to be the head coach of the New York Jets before we actually picked up Todd Bowles. So he has a lot of knowledge when it comes to this organization itself. So he's known for essentially saying that he was able to develop Phillip Rivers and Carson Wentz. And that's not really telling you a lot about Carson Wentz, but that's where we're at. And this is supposed going to be our OC. I don't know, man. I'm really, dude, I don't know. Like, this one was another one for me where I'm like,
not sure about Frank Reich?
Are you?
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah,
What? Because I you guys already said it. You guys want the Jets to win. We want a winning
sure.
season, playoffs, all that.
Mhm.
But expectation wise, realistically, how many games do you see us winning next year?
My expectation, and I'm gonna stand by this. Okay, give me a winning season. I go into every single season with that expectation, regardless of what it is. Okay,
Now, that's not
Mm,
what you want. That's what you're expecting. Like you
correct.
expect the Jets to give you a
A
winning
winning
season next year.
season. Yep, no matter what.
Okay.
But my other side of my brain is like it's about to be a shit show of a season. Yes, my dumbass is gonna go ahead and get the damn YouTube package, right? So shout out to YouTube. YouTube, you watching this and all that, man. Yes, I'm one of those guys that gets the season tickets just to watch this team be like crap all year round and get pissed off every single time. Like, why do I pay for this crap? But yes, that is I. Shout out to YouTube. Anyways, um,
So Snowball, what was your expectation? Like not what you want. What is your expectation of
My
the Jets next season win wise?
my my heart my heart says my heart says 9 wins. My brain my brain says 5. It's
Okay.
going to it's
Okay.
going to be better than this season, right? It's going to be better. I can almost guarantee you it's going to be better than 3 wins. Just based on draft picks that they have, the amount of money that they have, uh, crossing my fingers on better coaching than what we had before. So I, I gotta hedge money on 2 more wins than this season. Yeah, I'd love 9, but I think it's going to be around 5. You
Around
know?
5. So
Yeah,
now with those expectations in mind,
yeah.
now new information. Frank Wright is now hired as the OC. Does him coming in change your expectation in any way? Are you expecting any more or any less wins with us announcing him as our OC?
bro,
I thought that was with him
So
being the OC.
it was just in general, I guess, because I
Yeah,
mean, it's most likely that we're going to bring him in, but there's a chance that we don't. So now, just with just the expectation of how we're going to do whether we bring him in or not, versus okay, now he is specifically hired. Frank Reich is our OC. Does that change the expectation you had about this team's outcome beforehand? Because I think that's what's going to determine whether you think this is a good hire or not. Do you think Frank Reich is actually going to change anything when it comes to our outcome of the season win wise? Are we going to be better or worse because of this hiring of Frank Reich,
I don't know because we don't have a quarterback.
a quarterback?
Like
Right.
there's
yeah.
just so many holes right now that it's so early for me to be like, do I think that Frank? Let me see who the coach. You know what, Macho? This is a good question to bring back, right? Because you know
Okay.
you're gonna come back on the show,
Yeah, of course.
and I think that definitely would be. But if you're telling me right now with Justin Fields as our quarterback because he's the only one that is signed right now to the
Mhm.
Jets quarterback, bro, we're not winning no more than like 3 games maybe next year. Okay. Even with good old freaking number 7 and Frank Reich, so
Okay. Because
every
that
every every squirrel gets a nut sometimes, right?
because that's my determination. Like we're hiring all these people, and it's hard to even know what to feel based off of like what you're saying. Like because we don't have a quarterback, we don't. There's so many uncertainties on this team, both on offense, defense, and coaching wise. That no matter who we bring in, there's no determination of feeling like okay, now we're good. We brought in Frank Wright, we brought in Duker, we brought in so and so. Now I feel confident that we're going to be good because there's no way to determine that until we do the free agency, until we do our drafts, until we know what this team is going to look like. Now, if we're just looking at Frank Wright as far as like his schemes, who he is as an offensive coordinator, what he's going to bring to the table, he did win a Super Bowl, but in that Super Bowl team, he wasn't calling any plays.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that still he brought experience to that team, so that's still good to have on this coaching staff, or is that more of a this is just something to put on his resume to make it look better, but he's really not that good to begin with?
I mean, he's had good quarterbacks that he's helped develop in Philip Rivers when he was the OC over there, right?
Mhm.
He's been under good coaches too as well. So like some of that stuff has to essentially rub off of, right?
You would hope so,
And
yeah. Yeah.
I hope that they get it right. But it goes back into us not having the players. We don't know. We don't know who's going to quarterback's going to be, who's going to be this. I mean, what if he says, you know what? Let's bring the band back since we're bringing all of these people, and he's like, yo, get Carson Wentz. Do you think Carson Wentz is it's better than Justin Fields? I'm probably going to say yes. Like you saw what he did last year before the injury itself. So again, I don't know. There's just so much unknown, and that's why I keep saying about Aaron Glenn, and I don't want to fire him because there's just so much unknown right now. It's easy for us to say, "Yo, fuck it, fire him, pick the next person." Oh, guess what? He sucked too because Aaron Glenn. Look how bad Aaron Glenn, like freaking staff. Look what he did. Look at the players that he had over here and everything. Right? It's just repeating the circle all over again. It's just consistently blaming instead of breaking that damn circle and doing something different. Man, maybe this is what it takes. It takes a drastic event like firing all of this and just saying, you know what? If I'm going down, I'm doing it my way. So,
Yeah. Well, he thought he did it his way to begin with. So again, that's the problem. The problem is that everyone's pissed off because he picked all these people, he made a big mistake, and then he fired them. But you know what? You know who does the hiring and the firing? A CEO. A CEO fires, he hires, right? So he's doing his position.
mm-hmm.
Did he do it right the first time? Hell no. He didn't do it right the first time.
No.
Right? So he's trying to do it better this time. And again, being in education, I hope people learn. Right? I hope people learn. My question to you is this. Frank Reich is only one of 5 candidates for the OC. Is there somebody else in the pool of people that you feel better about than Frank Reich?
Dude, I would love to get some like real young buck that's innovating, that's trying to do something. Like there's a way that we could snatch up Josh McCown from the Vikings over there and was to bring us over here. That's who I wanted, was one of the OCs that I wanted last year. Bring them
Yeah.
over, like
Well, listen,
I want.
you have Darrell Bevel.
Who?
Okay. Darrell Bevel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have Ronald Curry. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These are our choices for OC. You
Mm-hmm.
have Frank Reich on your screen. You have Lunda Wells, who has been considered one of the most up and coming tight ends coaches in the NFL. And then you have this guy named Greg Roman. I wouldn't be sad if Greg Roman was our OC. I wouldn't be upset. I would be equally as psyched, Frank Reich or Greg Roman. I'd be equally as psyched for either one of them, just based on experience.
I would feel more comfortable with Greg Roman, but knowing the position that we're in, I don't think Greg Roman would give us a chance.
No, I'm just saying. If hired, right?
Because that's that. Yeah, good.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like, Greg Roman. Somebody bonked him on the head and he forgot who we were, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go to what do you call them? Jets? Yes, I will come over there." But other than that,
yeah, there's no name. I think to what you're saying, like, there's no name out there that I feel 100% better hiring that person and feeling like we are in a way better situation that we were a couple of minutes before hiring that person.
I mean, Greg Roman, let's talk a little bit about his timeline as a coach. So he was an NFL assistant. He had different types of roles from 95 until 2007. He began with the Panthers, move around with the Texans. He ended up with the Texans as an assistant. Then went to Stanford from 2009 to 2010 as an associated head coach. I have no idea what that means. 49ers in 2011 to 2014. He was the offensive coordinator under Jim Harbaugh, reaching to the Super Bowl. He was with the Bills in 2015, 2016 for a year. Then 2017 to 2022, he was the senior offensive assistant tight ends coach with the Ravens. And then last year, he's been the offensive coordinator under Jim Harbaugh. So he has something there, but shit, man, like, again, who's the quarterback? Who is going to be that individual? You just don't know, man. Like, but you know what? Let's get into this. Round number 5. And this is about to be a crazy. So all of this shit is happening, right? So you're like, damn, can it get any shittier for the New York Jets? Do you think it could get crappier for us, Macho?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. 100%.
Snowball?
I'm chewing, so I don't want to make noise. Hell yeah, of course it can get worse. It's always worse.
Well, it does. So Zach Rosenblatt comes out and says the Jets reached out to John Gruden about the idea of joining Aaron Glenn's staff, according to multiple sources. And Gruden said, the New York Jets? How dare you? I'm a head coach, baby. I'm not no OC. I'm a head coach. Get that shit out of here. Now let's talk about this, all right? Because I didn't think this shit was true from the rip. I was like, this shit makes no sense. Do you really believe that the Jets would have been like, yo, hey, Gruden, what's up, man? Dude, come and be the OC, bro. Look what we got going on, man. Yeah, guess who we got? Really? Yo,
Nah.
and people believed it. And people believed it. So you hear this, Snowball. What was your thoughts when this came out?
I was waiting for you to ask this question because, all right, so listen. Let's start with Aaron Glenn firing like 7 coaches.
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Seriously? He fired that many people?
9.
And then like 9. And then like Tanner Engstrand's gone. Everyone's like, what? Tanner Engstrand is gone? That's crazy. And then like you think about all the people that they were trying to hire for defensive coordinator, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it's like whoosh, all those guys gone. Pick that guy over in left field. He's hired, right? You're like, what? Are you crazy? What's going on? And then like John Gruden, they called out, they reached out to him. You're like, it could happen. That's a possibility, right? Like everything else is nuts. Why not? Let's go crazy nuts and let's call John Gruden. So you were in such a state of turmoil with all these crazy things happening with the Jets. I bet you like 75% of the fan base was like, damn, you know what? They probably did. I fell for it. I was like, really? That's crazy. And then he turned them down. I don't blame him, but like, no, it was nuts. So I got sucked in. But then I heard, you sent me that thing. So,
Macho?
Yeah, I think that it was fake from the beginning. It never made sense for either side. Of Gruden is not in the NFL for reasons that I will not say on this show. But for him to get another chance in the NFL, I'm sure he's itching to get back in. But when you do that, you're probably going to want to do it in a situation that would make more sense and be a little more stable. And we are kind of the opposite of that right now, where we are unstable and nobody knows what the hell is going to be happening on this team with the roster, with the coaches, with the fans at this point. So yeah, it never made sense for either side. I don't think Gruden would want to be here. I don't think we would want Gruden to be here in this mess of a season that we're currently in the middle of. And it was just I don't understand what's the point of putting it out there though. That's what I try to understand. Like I understand that people put fake stuff out all the time. John Gruden is a name that would make sense to put out, especially in the middle of one of the biggest coaching hiring cycles in history. But to attach him to us, it just never made sense to begin with. And I don't understand the point of even putting it out there, honestly.
Just to pump up the circus.
I guess.
That's all.
My whole thing was this, right? Aaron Glenn has been saying it all year. I've reached out to a lot of different head coaches and I've asked them to get their advice on a couple of things. That to me was the biggest telling sign that Wilkes was gone, bro. Because I kept saying it on this show. Who has the most pressure on them? Was it Tanner or was it Wilkes? Okay. And I said Tanner. Tanner as an ex-head coach, been in the roles that he's been in.
Wilkes,
okay.
Wilkes.
My bad.
Yes.
Wilkes. Right? Okay. So Glenn can pick up the phone, call Gruden and say, yo, Gruden, yo, Chucky, because that's how they call each other, right? Yo, Chuck, peep this out, bro. Yo, how'd you deal with all the crazy shit that was happening to you over there in Oakland? Because, yo, these motherfuckers are calling from my head left and right. They're over here saying that I can't coach. They're saying this, that, I need to be this. Like, dude, there's people taking pictures of me going to Cancun with my family because I'm trying to get away from people and I still can't get away. How did you deal with all of this? And would you want to coach again, man? Like, is that something that you're still interested with all of this stuff that's happened to you? Do you still want to coach? Like, would you want to coach, as a head coach, and what team would you do and blah, blah, blah. You can't have two guys just having a conversation about that and not have it its own spin and it being that. But thank God John Gruden goes to the voice of Tampa Bay because I believe he still lives in Tampa Bay, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, the dude is loved in Tampa Bay. He's in a lot of those games. The guy asks the radio announcer, sorry that I'm not saying, but I know you're considered the voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yo, Chuck, there's rumors going on out there that Aaron Glenn and the New York Jets reached out to you to take a position as the OC. Is this true? My man says, these are all rumors and it's all bullshit. I've never been contacted by the New York Jets organization to talk about any kind of head coaching or OC coaching position. And he kills it right then and there. Everybody tracks back. Oh my God, what's going on? Like, how could they do this? Yo, bro, it's stupid, man. And you know why? Because the New York Jets are the punching bag of the NFL. And anything that's associated with the New York Jets looks bad, regardless of what it is. And it sucks. Man. So, I mean, do you guys think that maybe that's what it could have happened, right? That could have been potentially the call because you got Glenn that's been saying it. Yo, I've been reaching out to a whole bunch of people and saying all of these things, right? So I don't know, man.
I don't know if that's the case, because if that was the case, then that would mean either Glenn or Chucky left that phone call and then reached out to the media. Because then how does the media find out about that type of call?
I mean, you got somebody that's like right next to him and all that, or
that's possible.
You know
that
what I'm saying?
Possible.
Like,
I just feel like those two people kind of feel like the keep it to close to the chest type of person, not quick to run to the media about the type of phone calls that they possibly had. Because even if they did have that call, I don't think it's more along the lines of what you're saying, as opposed to them actually offering him a job. It's more so just trying to see where his mind and train of thought is on this type of stuff, if that call did happen. Now, does John Gruden come off of that type of phone call and then say, oh, well, I'm interested, the Jets are interested in me because they're calling me about it. Let me go put that out there to the media to try to get some buzz on my name. There's a lot of positions still available. Maybe somebody else will actually call out. I don't know if that's the type of case, but it really doesn't make sense, other than to make fun of the Jets. Honestly, that's the only thing that makes sense, and even that doesn't really make sense because the Jets do a very good job at making fun of ourselves. We don't need help.
Exactly. But insert, so Bosco knows exactly where I was going. But according to Craig Carton on the fan, the Jets PR team confirmed that Glenn did in fact call Gruden. John, I think you're spot on what you're trying to say. He just reached out for football conversation and some advice. Thank you. Like, why can't do that? Dude, he's not gonna come out and say off of a hypothetical of, hey man, you might want to be the head coach for us and all that. What sense does that make? It doesn't. Glenn has a lot of respect for this guy. He's not gonna say, yo, bro, come be the OC for me. Oh, by the way, you might be the guy that the entire fan base is going to be saying it because at those damn games, if we're doing bad, right? The Fire Aaron Glenn chants are gonna be super loud, and the Chucky dolls are gonna be out and say, bring in Chucky, bring in Chucky, bring in Chucky. It's gonna be there. So again, why? What is the point of this, man? It's just crazy to me. Like, why really put this out? Like, look, no disrespect to Zach and what he does or whatever they're doing on the athletic and etc. I'm not gonna hate somebody's hustle. It is what it is. Make your money. Do what you got to do. Okay.
Yeah.
But
right, desperate times, desperate measures. Like, you got it. These guys' livelihoods are based on writing shit, and they had nothing to write. So
exactly because
just take
shit's not being leaked out like it used to be. Snowball, Macho.
Yeah. I listen. I give credit to the Jets organization for not leaking stuff, right? And good for them, right? Because that's what they needed. They needed, like, I forget who it was. Somebody said, all the meetings with the media should take place off campus of Jets Drive anyway. Like, there should be no reporter should be on the campus of the practice facility. Like, they should meet down the street at like Denny's, and just talk over some, like, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruities or whatever it is that they serve over there. I mean, maybe that's another place. Anyway, what I'm saying is,
It was IHOP.
IHOP, right? Yeah, Denny's has the home runs or the whatever it was.
The Tutti Frutti is my wife's favorite. It's her favorite thing. They don't make it anymore, but
they don't make it anymore. But John Gruden, it makes sense that, like you said, we didn't want, and again, I hate to bring up names, but we didn't want Aaron Rodgers here. Why would you bring John Gruden here? Like, it's the same damn formula, right? Like, it's the same thing. Fiery personalities. We got one fiery personality. He's a head coach. That's it. Like, and I want him to be fiery, but he doesn't want competition. So, yeah, why bring this guy in? Honestly, you can just call somebody for some advice. That's the point. But everyone wants to make a big deal out of everything with the Jets. I actually feel honored. Like, you know what? Everyone wants to shit on us. They got nothing else to talk about. So,
exactly.
Hell, I'll be the punching bag. I don't care.
So peep this out. Let's get into sudden death. Okay. Sudden death. Let's talk about it.
Sudden death.
It is time. I need to hear from these people. Okay. And the one individual that I need to hear from, and I was kind of against it, if I'm being honest with you guys, Woody Johnson needs to come out and he needs to talk and he needs to say something to give stability to what's going on with the New York Jets. Because if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, it is a very, very, very big shit show going on right now. They fired a shitload of people. Okay. They're making moves left and right now. 3 weeks after the season ended, or 4 weeks, or whatever it is. Okay. The Super Bowl is coming up. We still don't have an OC. You hired a Brian Duker. Like, he needs to put his stamp of approval on Aaron Glenn to stop the media from doing some crazy takes, like with the whole John Gruden stuff. Okay. I am always anti and against giving this man a mic. Okay. I really am. But this is probably one of the few times that I truly do believe that Woody Johnson needs to come out and he needs to stand up for this organization and say, I stand by Aaron Glenn and what they're trying to do. You guys do not know what's going on. There's no leaks coming out anymore. And again, we'll see. Let it play, but they're trying to do something. Like, yo, where is this guy at? Where is he? Where is this guy that's supposed to be your dude? Freaking Glenn, right? This guy disappeared. But I really need him, man, as the main guy, as the guy that cuts the checks, as the dude that just raised all of the freaking season ticket prices for everybody. Why should the New York Jets continue having the fan base come to you and all that? You need to give us something, okay? Give us something for us to be able to understand what the plan is, because right now the plan is I don't have a plan. The plan is I'm in the corner. I am fighting for my life right now, and I'm going to figure it out by myself. And if I gotta call the damn defense offense, I know I got Banjo at least, okay, but I'm gonna try to do that. So that being said, Macho, we're in sudden death, brother. Let me know.
I think that, damn, that's gonna sound crazy, but I was gonna say seeing sudden death and Woody Johnson's picture side by side gave me different ideas. Um, what I'm gonna say is that I don't think that I want to hear from Woody Johnson. I think Woody Johnson is probably the last person I want to hear from, and it's not because I wouldn't want to hear from the owner. I think if we had a good owner or a respectable owner, I would love to hear from that respectable owner to then give us some type of insight on what's going on, to give us some type of sense of stability and make us know that no, all the answers aren't currently laid out for you, but trust that we do have a plan and that we are going to bring you along with us. But him specifically, I don't want to hear anything he says. Anytime he opens his mouth, he makes things worse. There has never, not that I can think of, there's never been a moment where Woody Johnson has opened his mouth and things have went better for the Jets. There was that one time that Justin Fields played a little bit better after crying in the closet, but that's about it. Like, it still didn't work out for the rest of the season. It still didn't bring any type of positive publicity to the Jets. It didn't bring any type of positive feeling to the fan base. He is the last person I want to hear from. And if anything, I just wish that he would just go away.
So would you want to hear from anybody at least? Would you want to hear from Aaron Glenn on what's on the reasoning for the firing? Would you want to hear from Muji?
So honestly, at this moment, no. I don't want to hear from any of them just because when he's a new coach, right? So this is our first year with him. We have to build some type of relationship when it comes to a head coach, no matter who the coach is. And how can I trust in what it is that you're saying? When you give me a plan, how do I trust that you are actually giving me the actual plan and not just giving me what you think I want to hear, and then you just end up doing what it is that you want to do? There's been so many moments in this season where Glenn has told us something and has done the opposite, or so many times where Glenn has said something and then has not gone upon doing said thing. So his credibility is kind of messed up with me, and I think it's messed up with a lot of the Jets fans at this moment. So, in the potential chance that you can ruin that, I think it's better for you to say the least amount as possible and show us things. Stop trying to tell us what the plan is and show us what the plan is. Yes, when we see all these coaches getting fired, it sucks because we don't know what the plan is with that. But I have to assume that you have a plan, and unless you open your mouth and tell me something stupid, I can't really tell for a fact that you don't know what you're doing. But there's a potential where you can open your mouth, say something, and now I lose all confidence in you. And now this part of me that is feeling uncertain because we have no direction on this team is now even getting worse and amplified because it sounds like you don't know what the hell it is that you're talking about, and you're the head of this team.
But that's the person that I feel like all of this anger, all of this being pissed offness that we have should be going to, but it's not. Snowball, your thoughts?
Yeah, listen, I don't want to hear anything come out of this guy's mouth. Like it's been said before, nothing good ever comes of it when he speaks. So I want to take that American flag and like roll it into a thing and just put it in his teeth and tie it behind his head so that he doesn't talk. People have, and I have to say, right, the guy, you ever hear the saying, money can't buy you happiness? Right? Money can't buy you happiness. Woody Johnson, money can't buy you happiness. Every time there's a problem, this guy has thrown money at the team, right? He's thrown money, and it hasn't gotten him anywhere. He hasn't gone anywhere with it. You know, he thinks that, you know, we'll just give more money to this guy or more money to this guy, and he'll come over and he'll fix it all or whatever. It doesn't work like that. He should stay in the background. He should be quiet. My question is this, right? At the end of the season, Woody Johnson was pissed. They said he was pissed, right? He didn't go to the last 3 games or whatever it was, right? Because he was so angry that the team was losing. At the end of the season, do you think he goes to Aaron Glenn and just goes, here, you know what? Effing fix it, right? Get it done. I don't care what you do. Just fix it. I want to win next season. And Aaron Glenn goes off. Do you think when he's ready to fire like all those coaches, he goes back to Woody and goes, all right, this is my list, right? This is, or does he just go, you're fired. That's it. Like, you're out. Does he get the approval of the owner to fire all those people? Or did he just do it on his own and just get rid of them? Like, that's my question. Like, does he need the approval of the owner to fire all those people? Or was Woody Johnson just pissed enough to be like, just effing fix it, Aaron. I don't care what you do. Just go.
But that's my reasoning for having him come out, because that's been the narrative now. Everybody is saying that all of the firings have everything to do with Woody Johnson. The thing is that we have no idea. So people are just throwing ideas out there constantly, and it looks like a bigger circus.
Well, like John Gruden didn't make sense.
Exactly.
And this doesn't make sense either. You know?
So it's like, why not put some stability into it? Because there is nobody backing your organization right now. You are the organization. You are the guy that pays the damn checks to everybody there. My bad, Macho.
No, you good. I want to make sure you finish your thought, because the reason I think it doesn't make sense for him to talk, because him talking isn't going to bring any stability. I don't think there's anything that can come out of his mouth that's going to bring Jets fans at ease. There's nothing he can say on either side that's going to bring everyone at ease, because there's always going to be one side of the spectrum in our fan base that's always going to go crazy over something that's being said, whether it's negative or positive. So whether he comes out and says, I'm responsible for the firings, I wanted those coaches gone, and I told AG to fire them, there's going to be a bunch of people that is going to be attacking him for the decisions. Why do you even keep Aaron Glenn if you're the one that is making the decisions? Let him coach the team and make the decisions. If he comes out and says Aaron Glenn made those decisions and wanted to fire everybody, then it comes out and says, oh, well, what is Aaron Glenn doing? He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Fire him. Get rid of him. Why is he still here? So there's really no real reason or rhyme or reason to where he can come out and say something, and now we're just all at ease and feel better. So it's better. The less that we get, the better. Honestly, at this point, just show us that you know what you're doing, as opposed to trying to tell us what we're doing, that you know what you're doing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this is the guy that was rocking a platinum Woody chain with some Air Forces, bro, and as cold as anything. He's rocking all white. So I don't know, man. It's
doesn't
just
know
wild.
anything. The guy
you know what would make the fan base happy? If he was to come and say, guess what, guys? The Jets are coming back to New York. All right. And everybody be like, he did it, baby. He did it. But
yes, and no, because then they know that ticket price is going crazy.
I also had a discussion because today, listen, when you go to like a funeral, you always think about your own mortality, right? Yeah. So my son's sitting next to me. It's his birthday today, right? So
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I know what a happy birthday statement I said to my son. But I go, you know what? I go, when I die, I go, cremate me. I said, and then we're gonna have a mass at MetLife. And what I want is, you know, the t-shirt cannon? I want you to put my ashes in the t-shirt cannon, but not the one that's just a single shot. The one that's like, 15 shots, the big revolver, right? And just put a little bit in each one and just go, and just like shoot me all over the parking lot. Like that's what I want.
So,
by the way, happy birthday.
yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I'll tell him.
Snowball, let's take some calls and then get
Oh,
towards
my
the end of
goodness.
the end of the
Let's take
show.
some calls. Let's do it.
I wasn't ready for this.
Hey, Jaden,
All right.
call in. You said that. I said that he should pick the quarterback. Aaron Glenn should pick the quarterback. I'd never said that. Call in. What you talking about? Let's talk.
Share. Copy.
But yeah, man, this is a lot of things that's happening with this team, and it's
Paste.
crazy because for a team that's not doing much, we're doing a lot.
Put in.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough, man. Like I said, and it's just like nothing's gonna fix this until you start winning. If I'm being honest with you, and they have to win. There's a lot of holes that are there right now, and how are they gonna fix it? How are they gonna fill it? It's just so much unknown at the moment, man. So it's where we're at. I mean, we've built this shit ourselves. We are the
Can you
reasons
guys-
that we're in here.
You
Yeah,
guys see me?
you're still
you hear
here.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I have nothing on my screen, so
Oh.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be here.
Winning fixes everything, man. I mean, if we are winning every week and Aaron Glenn comes into the press conference and farts on that mic every week, the Jet fans aren't going to freak out because we're winning. We don't care. But that and that's another reason to why I wouldn't want to hear anything from Woody Johnson, because we are not in a position to where we're going to feel better from anything he says because we're not winning. We don't look good. We look very dysfunctional on every part of the organization. So anything you say is just going to make it worse. The only thing that's going to make it better is winning. And until you win, how can we trust anything that you're going to say?
True story.
Johnny,
mean,
I think you just have to get rid of some of the images in the studio because I don't think people are going to be able to come in.
got it.
Yeah.
Removing.
We're full.
Removing.
Every time I try to remove things, it says, Johnny put this in. You can't get rid of it. It's like, okay. There you go.
Bam.
Phone lines are open. If you'd like to come in and say your stuff about anything that we've discussed this evening, feel free. We love you all the same. Listen, at the end of the day, we're all Jets fans, so it doesn't matter. We can agree, we can disagree. That's what makes healthy relationships. A little bit of fire, brimstone, it's okay. It means that you care. It means that it's okay to have two different opinions about stuff. Again, not saying that I expect the world from, I'm not expecting great things next season. I want great things to happen. Do I expect them? Depends on who we hire as OC and all these other coordinators,
And depends on who we draft and
who we draft.
we
And, there's
sign.
too many things up in the air right now to make
Yeah.
any decisions about anything. So come in and punch the air with us, right? That's it. It's fine if you want to. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Really appreciate it. If you want to subscribe. It's free. We don't charge for subscriptions. We try to
Not
get
yet.
to 500.
Not yet. Get in while you can, because eventually they
Yeah,
you never
it
know.
might happen. It might
You never
happen.
know.
You never know.
But man, like, man, what I think it was the Brooklyn Dodgers that used to always say it's always next year.
Mm-hmm. We took over for them.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick now making the Hall of Fame.
Fuck, man.
Everyone
I did not want to talk about this, bro.
No?
Yeah,
Why not?
I did not want to talk about it because
Now I gotta know why.
I think it's fucking wrong. That's my opinion on it, man. I think it's wrong. I think he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. but everybody's like, oh, but fucking, Tom Brady, this bullshit. Yo, Tom Brady was fucking deflating balls. Okay. And what about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody talks about that shit itself.
But even if he was deflating balls, that still benefits Bill Belichick as well.
Hey, everybody was fucking there's been people doing the same shit. He just got fucking caught because he's Bill Belichick with all of them damn Super Bowl trophies and shit that he won. If I'm being this, let's keep it a buck with it, okay? When you're on top and you're the top dog, anything that you do bad is gonna be amplified 50 times more. Okay, but the fact is, this dude got how many rings?
Yep.
So
Snowball,
he's got a lot of hardware.
You on the same boat?
What, that he didn't get into the Hall of Fame?
That he should have got in?
He should have gotten in?
That's what Johnny Boy's saying.
Johnny Boy, you're saying that Bill Belichick should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, as a first, I mean, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame,
but he should have been.
But he should have been as a first ballot Hall of Fame.
That's what he's saying.
And I agree with M. Villette in the chat. It's karma, right? Like, you know what? You did some stupid shit while you were in the NFL. You expected to get in on your first shot, and you got shot down. So you know what? Eat crow, right? Yeah, boom, 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 right? Whatever. You know what? You might get a penalty for doing that, Macho. So,
my bad.
Yeah, don't get penalties, right? So we'll do it like this.
Yeah, it's chop.
Right? Bang, bang, bang. But yeah, it's karma. The dude, karma. It's his comeuppance. He'll get in. Like Johnny said, he's gonna get in. He won too many damn Super Bowls not to get in, but they were like, pump the brakes, Billy.
I actually have 3 reasons why he didn't get in, actually. So,
okay. This
is his record without Tom Brady. 83-104. Not very good. He's a cheater. We know that. I don't think I have to explain that, but multiple reasons. And he's a quitter. He quit on us, right? Hence the actual paper right here that I used to write it down on.
I like what you did.
That's
screw him, and good for his ass. And I hope he never gets in, but I'm sure he'll get in. And if he does, I mean, it's not the end of the world. But the fact that he didn't get in on the first try just felt good. Afro,
what's up, sexy
gentlemen? How are you?
Your thoughts on the conversation being had at the current moment with
which part?
Which part? Pick a part. And just
listen. I wasn't happy with AG. I just didn't see any consistency or anything that showed me that he can do anything with team. I think his bravado hurt him in the beginning.
Definitely.
I think he should have just came out and say, "Hey, we're gonna develop this team. We're gonna build this team up. We're gonna run into some obstacles, this and that, but we're gonna prevail," and leave it at that. As far as in my theory, as far as the coaches taking so long, I think he was told he had to get rid of guys, and I think he fought them, and he lost. When you're CEO, friendship goes out the window. You got to put the best guys on the field to coach your team. As far as Duker, from what I read, they brought back Wink second time to finalize some things, and the plan was changed where he would not be calling plays.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got a veteran. You're telling a veteran defensive coordinator you're not calling plays, and basically you got the head coach calling plays, because you know what you would have to pay a veteran coordinator, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
About $5 to $6 million, and now you're paying your head coach $12 million. This is where Woody kicks in. I just call it as I see it. But if he's going to call plays, good for him. That's his forte. Let him do that. You got Salah's going to be calling it himself with the Titans. Just like OC's head coach, offensive-minded head coaches call their own plays.
Sure.
It's not defensive. Now, I'm hoping if the Reich is their number one guy, that they also keep Greg Roman as their running game coordinator, and have Reich develop, coach up the quarterback and do the passing coordination. Would be a good 1-2 punch.
Well, wouldn't that be against what you just said? Like, wouldn't that be like that? Those are two high ticket guys, right? Wouldn't Greg Roman
Well,
be a
it depends on what
guy?
you lay it out. You're not the offensive coordinator as the running game.
True, but still, he might demand some money.
He might, but not as much as he would normally get. And it's not like anyone's knocking on the door for him as an offensive coordinator. Also,
maybe that's why they're waiting so long.
Basically, I mean, I think they're trying to finalize money.
The price
that's
keeps
always what it
dropping
takes.
Yeah, the price keeps dropping as time
just
goes on.
finalize money, and probably what coaches he wants to bring in. Because if he wants to bring in coaches, then some guys have to leave, right? So,
true.
ISU says co-coordinators are good in theory, but they never really do work out.
You got to try something.
Hey,
you got to try something.
We need all the brains that we can get.
Well, you're not in a situation where beggars can't be choosers. So you have to be innovative at some point.
Realistically, though, do we think that either one of them, whichever one is the OC and whichever other one becomes the coordinator for passing or running, do you think because they're so experienced, one of them would be okay with wanting to take a lesser role as opposed to just taking either one of OC? Because that would be my train of thought, to be where one of them would be open to taking the OC position, but not to be taking a secondary position on the offense, as opposed to just either one taking a year off or two taking a position like that in a different organization that might not have as much turnover going into next season.
From what I'm seeing, I think Reich is their guy as the OC.
That's what it's looking like, yeah. For sure.
I think the others are just there because they wanted to just show that they're interviewing guys. Mm-hmm. They met the Rooney Rule and such. But they need to show something. Listen, if they have a stable, if the coaching picks up and they can have a balanced team, they can win some games. Because they're going to have, they'll have a reputable guy as your OC. They might be able to lure some guys in free agency, plus the draft. They could put together themselves a team, and he can now put his guys. Now it's up to him. He can put the guys he wants for his defense, how he wants to run his defense, not Wilkes's defense. So now it's all on him at this point. Okay, and which you live by the sword, you die by the sword, basically.
Yeah, which I was about to say, he probably prefers in this situation, knowing that he's coaching
you put the guys you want. And you run the defense the way you want it to run. I think the biggest mistake was he didn't start calling the defense earlier and say, hey, this is I'm making the calls. And the same thing that he kept. He was too loyal to Fields. He should have taken him out earlier. To me, after that Buffalo game, he was never the same. Mm-hmm. And I think they should have realized that.
And that was like week 4 or something like that, right?
Yeah, basically, because he just didn't want to throw the ball or do anything to that effect. I don't even think he wanted to run. I think he just wanted, I think he was just shell shocked from that game. He was never the same. You could tell he was just never into the game. He was just waiting for guys to be wide open, holding onto the ball. No sense of anticipation. But that's over and done with. As far as Gruden, I'm glad that he came out and said that, All right. Two things. A good journalist would have reached out to Gruden and say, is this true? Go to the Jets and say, is this true? And before you put it out there. That was bad part on because his sources could be two guys that were just fired,
Sure.
who basically heard that he talked to Gruden and made the assumption that they're looking for him to come in. So, but the fact that you don't verify your story, just like when Aaron Rodgers said, I didn't put out a list of a bunch of guys I wanted. And he said, Rossini and Schefter, you can lose my number. You have to. And she said, we double check everything, but you didn't because you didn't reach out to Rodgers, did you?
Mm-mm.
And ask him. You put the story out because it's more important to put the story out.
Everybody wants that first story. They want to break the news.
Well, it's just like the whole story with him that he was flying from California to just meet with them. Yeah. But they failed to say that this dude had a charity event that was going on in Jersey. That's the reason why he was out here.
It's just
at the time.
It's just clickbait, dude. It's gone to all clickbait. That's all it is.
But I mean, it is what it is at this time, man. Like, it's like I say with Glenn at the moment. Like, he's gonna be the coach, okay?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. All you could do is hope that's going to get better. Do I believe that he deserves to be fired this year? No, I do not. Not yet. Okay. But this season, now you've made all of these moves. Now you're putting the people that you want. You're getting your Glenn guys. You're building what you're building. And if the ship is going down and you're not seeing any type of improvement, you have every reasoning to go ahead and get rid of him. Okay. And then it's attracting you. It's an attractive place, right? Because I think Muji gets it and he understands it that, yo, shit, we got 3 first-round picks potentially for you to start with your team next year. How does that sound? And what would you like to do with that? Because if you're the coach for the New York Jets, that's going to be on you this time, right?
Yeah. Well, next year they say that the cap is going up again, right? So
they said 300 million or something.
Yeah. Well, they said between 300 and 305 million.
That's some money.
So, like, if it's anywhere in that range, I think someone said that the Jets are going to have about $85 million to play with next year. With all that's said and done, and the draft capital, all that stuff. It's a very attractive position.
They want to have respectability. They gotta hire. They gotta get rid of Jaime as president of football operations. He's not a football guy.
Yeah, I think
They need a respectable guy that's been in this industry as a coach or something, or a GM who's well respected, and become president of the entire club, and let him run it, and let Woody sit in the background. Yeah. But he won't give up that power. That's why he says everyone has to report to him. He won't give up that power. Jaime does nothing for the team, except probably tell in Woody's ear, do this, do this, do this. We can make money doing this. Just raise the prices, this and that. They're going to still pay it. They're going to pay it because you got them by the balls. You made them spend all that money on the PSLs. They have no choice. Either they pay up for the season tickets, or they lose the initial $5,000 to $15,000 they had to put up for those seats, and you're forcing them to give in. That's why these PSLs was a joke. They just basically guaranteed them to continually to buy season tickets, because you lose that initial investment that you can never get back. But and make people who were sitting there all for how many years had to move up because the price of the PSL was too high for them.
Yeah.
That's not loyalty to the fans. So don't expect loyalty back when you do things like that. But the Giants did the same thing. So, they double dipped on that stadium as well.
That's insane. That was the crazy part of it, that
Yeah.
they did it for both teams.
Both, yeah.
Exactly.
Like, okay,
All
You're
right.
doing it too? Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
They double dipped on everything,
Yeah.
you know.
Make a
But-
lot of money.
We wait and see. We wait and see what happens. Hopefully, they finalize over the weekend for the OC, and we can get back on track and starting to put some talent on this team and see where it goes. We'll know if they start playing decently. They that the game is not over after the first quarter.
Could you
or the
imagine,
first half.
Afram, could you imagine if the Jets win week 1 and have an interception?
Listen, I just want wins. I couldn't care less if they didn't get an interception.
Yeah. But what I was
I
saying
just want to win. I don't need any bravado or fumbles. If I'm controlling the game and I'm putting points on the board, that's all I need.
every year it's a different thing, right? Wasn't it like
Exactly.
last year we couldn't recover a fumble, right? The year before that we couldn't get a roughing the passer call. Like, it's always something with the Jets. No interceptions this year. So what's it going to be next year? Who knows? Hopefully it's nothing.
You had, right, when I was watching, and been watching since '78, and then I'm watching. They used to say that Marino had no running game, right? He never had a good running back, but he was throwing the ball downfield, left and right. They were scoring unbelievable and winning. No one couldn't care less that he didn't have a running back at that point, And back then, running back was big. You always wanted a running game. But so we don't get an interception. Big freaking deal. Worry about getting wins and going, and making the playoffs.
Okay.
If you win,
There
good.
you go.
Well, how many games are played in the playoffs? There's no interceptions, but your team wins, right? You're happy, right?
Sure.
You're not there looking for a fumble, this and that. You just want to win,
That's
however it takes. If it's a bad call, a bad penalty, that's just as good as an interception.
Mhm.
So
It's true.
pick and choose your battles. That's how I say.
I'll take a 3-0 win over a 49-48 loss.
I'll take 2-0.
Yeah, exactly.
If I could get a safety and my defense could hold them, it's a win is a win. Whether you win by 1 or by 101,
Yep.
So we're talking. I don't know, man. Dude, the draft. I think I want him to go. I want offense, man. I want them to go offense. Go offense heavy as much as you can.
Just no matter what,
I gotta
though?
have defense. I
Yeah,
need
more
more
points?
players on defense than I need on offense.
We
right now.
have needs on both sides. Like,
I was going to say, I'm going to split the difference and say, you know what? I want a balanced draft to get the best people on both
BPA.
sides of the team.
BPA.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just want to, but pick your BPA based on, I wouldn't care if they went this side, that side, this side, that side. Go
Yeah.
offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense. Just pick the best people for the positions which is basically your whole damn team. Right?
I see them taking the defensive end at 2.
Bain,
Bain,
No,
Bailey, Bain,
Reese.
Reese.
really?
I
And-
like Reese, but Bain is good, man.
Yeah, but I think the upside is more, and he can play them depending on the defense.
But
Depending on the way, if it's a 4-3 or 3-4, he can move them around any which way, which I like. The 16, I think, is going to be offense. I think if they see a good wide receiver, they're going to get a wide receiver there.
But not taking Ty Simpson at 16.
Hell
That's what
no.
all the reports say. That's what
Mel
Mel Kiper
wants to
said.
say that, but I'm telling you that this Nussmeier is looking like he was last year before his oblique injury, because he was picked to be like 1 overall.
Sure.
But you're not
his
talking
injury.
about Nussmeier at 16, right? You just
No,
mean
I'm thinking
Nussmeier in
about
general.
either 33 or 44.
Oh,
That's
I don't
still
know.
high.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
But you
I
might
like-
have to. If
You think
if
so?
he's playing that good, you might have to.
Give me Drew Aller, baby, the 4th, 5th round, and the hell with all of it.
6'1" is not small. He just needs to put a little body weight on.
Listen,
Drew Aller is
that-
6'6", 240, 35 pounds or
Yeah,
whatever.
but he's also chokes under pressure.
that's
Same
pick
thing was said
30
about Jackson Dart.
that pick 33 is pretty valuable.
Not many people are happy.
33
You
is
know, I
beautiful.
have a lot of friends that are Giant fans. They're not too happy about him. Believe it or not.
I'd be happy as shit with him.
You're happy because you don't have anything.
Fucking Justin Fields or Jackson Dart.
We want this guy, we want this guy, but and when we have the few things we have, we don't want to get rid of. And then, but when we get two number ones and a player for them, all of a sudden, oh, he never did that much for us anyway, and we weren't going to win with them.
When people say stuff like that, Afram, I always want to play that Eddie Murphy clip. Right? Do you ever remember an Eddie Murphy Raw when they're like, if you get a starving guy a Ritz cracker,
a cracker.
Right? He's like, this is the best damn cracker I've ever had in my entire life. Right? Like,
you got some more?
Right? You got some more of those.
Let's just build a team. Let's see what happens. Everything. Yeah. A draft is a hit or miss, right? But it also depends. Yes. If you got a guy that has a reputation that's offensive coordinator, you get his input. I think Muji does a good job with talent. He made some good trades. He's brought in some good players. If it's core, let's see what they do. Let's see what they bring in. They got their first 4 picks should be starters, without a doubt, unless one of them is a quarterback and then he has to sit. But do they trade JJ and try to pocket a 3rd rounder? Or do they hold on to him?
They need to hold on to that dude, bro. I'm sorry, man.
I love JJ.
I'm saying, but he may not fit in the defensive scheme that they want.
Same thing with Quinnen Williams. Like, I loved Quinnen Williams, but it wasn't working with what we were trying to do last year, and we were losing anyway. As we loved him, it just didn't make sense. We had him for years. He's great, but we're not winning with him. And if we can get a 1st and a 2nd for him in the condition that we are currently in, it's a no-brainer.
When everyone was saying,
take the love out of it.
Everyone was saying just a 2nd, right?
Yeah. A lot of people
was like, we'll probably get like a 2nd round pick and like 1st and 2nd, and then Sauce Gardner.
Bro.
Oh my God.
Desperation.
Right? We thought Trader Joe was good. Muji Magic, man.
Well, they, Colts thought that they needed that one additional player to go, deeper.
I'm not mad at them because the way that they were playing before that trade, they were putting up historic numbers.
As soon as the quarterback went, that's the whole thing. Everything that offense just couldn't do anything.
Right. It's funny though because Sauce was 1-7 with us, gets traded to the Colts, who were 7-1 at the time, then goes 1-8 on the Colts.
Yes,
that's insane.
Maybe Sauce was the bad luck charm.
It was Sauce,
right?
We won our 2 games after he left. We doubled our total.
I
don't know, man. It's just so much. Like, there's just so much that's so many holes, man. And then
but you could
free agency that's coming up, so that's going to be a big part of it.
How many expiring contracts do we have?
150 billion.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of dead cap from Aaron Rodgers coming off after next season. So he's still on the books for this season for like 50 something mil. Like it's a crazy
we got about
number.
75, 85, about 90 in dead space.
Literally in dead space,
which will
right
come off,
season.
and that's why we'll have 200 million or more
with
2027. So listen, the money's there. You just you make some good moves, you fill in some spots. The key to, if you look at any team, the key is to have a few guys who are game changers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who make that one play at the vital time.
Yeah.
And you put the rest together to have just a sound team.
Just don't fuck up.
That's it.
Let these star players
but nobody's gonna want to come and coach for us when we have how much in cap space, how many 3 number ones, how many picks that we have coming up, right?
Yeah. You also got to keep in mind, they're also leery about the owner.
Yeah.
Because the owner has never went out and brought in a established head coach, a winning head coach in here. Mm-hmm. It's always been first timers because it was cheaper that way. Okay.
I don't get it.
He'll put the money on players that were, like Favre and Rogers because they're ticket items. You know, they
So-
could bring in revenue. There's
So
a return on investment.
Here's the
But-
plan, Ephraim. The plan, Ephraim, is
Yeah.
to get in Jaime's ear. Be like,
The
know
plan
what?
is to fire him
if you
or demote him and to just do financial. Get
in
him
his
out.
ear, you're fired.
if you convince Woody to hire an established head coach, you're gonna make so much damn money.
Well, you know, I'm gonna give you a
This
prime
team's gonna
example.
win.
I'm gonna give you a prime example of guys who get into the owner's ears, and I'm gonna take it to my Rangers. When Drury went into Dolan's ear and said that Gordon and Davidson, you know, they're not moving in the right direction, right?
Mhm.
And so he fired Gordon and wanted, you know, he wanted JD to fire Gordon. JD said no, and they both left. Meanwhile, their team is going is going to make the playoffs this year in Columbus, and this guy has done nothing but ruin the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to address something in the chat though. So the thing is, Infrared, the thing is that you can't save all the money.
No.
I think you have to spend 90%
Yeah.
of your cap, right? And you got 10% to roll over into the next year. So yeah,
I've been trying to say that. Like
You gotta
I
spend
think
it.
I've said it in every episode.
you got to spend it.
But the thing is, spend it wisely.
Yeah.
Your deals,
Right.
the deals that you can trade out of, deals that
But
and I trust that they're going to be able to do that because they had the foresight when they were signing Garrett Wilson and signing Sauce Gardner to put the little poison pill in there. God forbid they wanted to trade him because I don't think that was the plan right away. It was just foresight. God forbid we have to get off these players. We have this in their contract. So I'm assuming they're going to be smart with the money that they do
Mhm.
have to spend.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
you go. You just make sure
Yeah.
you go after the right guys.
But with the cap going up next year, you might be able to overpay this year for some guys.
Yeah.
You know?
But you also got to use some of that money to pay your own players and extend their contracts.
True. But like instead, you know, who's the guy? Linderbaum, right? If you
But
really want him,
my understanding is he's
staying
he's
where
for
he's at.
no.
I think he gets
Giants,
franchise
man.
tag. He's going to get tagged.
Yeah.
Baltimore's not going to get rid of him. They're going to tag him.
We'll see.
Okay. And if everyone says he's going to go with the Giants, but if you look at the Giants cap, they got like only $1 million.
Oh
But
shit!
if
Never mind.
they
Then.
tag him though, isn't it? It's because normally it's on
Yeah.
average of the player of
Right.
the player's position, but
Yeah.
with guards and offensive line, it's the whole offensive line. So
Or
it's going
yeah,
to be
whatever.
a
But
crazy number. I don't think they would tag him for that number.
yeah, but you know, he's there. He's there. You know, it depends on what Lamar wants.
I mean,
That's what
that's
it's
true.
gonna
Like
be
he's
done.
important as hell,
That is
especially
true.
to Lamar
Yeah.
more than anybody.
But Lamar's going to the Raiders, right?
Lamar's the reason that Harbaugh and is gone because he did. I believe from what I've read is it wasn't Harbaugh was the issue. Lamar
Monken.
with
Mhm.
Monken. And there was a lot of players, several players who said that the offense was stale. There was no modern schemes like the younger guys, and he wasn't going to fire him. Harbaugh wasn't going to fire him.
Bruno
Wasn't there-
says just trade all the high value players, fire AG, start fresh, make it a true rebuild, and reset the cap.
We'll be doing that forever. Then at that point,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't just keep doing that after.
I feel like we've been doing that.
I was gonna
Exactly.
say,
Yeah.
that's wash,
Gotta
rinse,
stop.
repeat.
Yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
build a core. You got to build a core.
And I think JJ's one of the cores.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I have no argument with that. But I'm just saying he may be a casualty because if he doesn't fit in their system,
Well, we'll see.
they
We'll
might
see what
trade him because instead of paying him an extension.
Yeah,
maybe the Duke can't write plays for JJ.
Yeah, because I mean, it also depends what that contract is that he's demanding. Because if it's something that makes sense team wise, team friendly type deal, then I think it's a no brainer that they bring him back. But if he's asking for a top of the market type money, it doesn't make sense to bring in a player like that hasn't really proved it on the field that he's worth top money. And
Mhm.
also, we don't know if we're ready to win anytime soon.
Well,
Now,
I,
where if we were in a better position where we were competing, it would make sense to, okay, let's just give him the money he's asking for because he could fit into this win now type team, which we
Yeah.
currently aren't.
I don't think he was fully healthy this year.
Correct.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I
Because
think
if
he
you look
was-
at everyone that has had an Achilles repair, it usually takes an additional year
Mhm.
after they come back to really become fully healthy.
So, yeah.
You saw it with Rogers. Rogers wasn't 100% when he came back. Brees wasn't 100% when he came back.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are like that. It takes them about another year to gain that strength back on that Achilles.
Yeah. And they trust it more too.
It's a year to heal, and it's a year to get 100%. You know, and for a guy who has to push off and attack all the time, it takes a toll on that leg. So we'll see how he comes out this year, because I'm sure he's going to want to show off this year
Yeah,
because
and
he
you
knows
could
his contract is up.
you could tell that he wasn't right off the beginning because after game one, when he started game one, you can see that his snap rate started going down
Sure.
within that game and then into game two and stuff like that, to where it seemed like maybe they kind of rushed him into the season a little bit, tried to give him too big of a workload, and possibly that could have brought back his kind of recovery time throughout the season, to where it hindered him throughout the season and was never at that 100%. I think towards the end he was closer to 100%, but at that point we weren't really playing for anything.
No,
So
but-
he probably
And
wasn't
and
thinking
our defense was so vanilla. I mean, it was just nothing.
exactly.
Nothing.
And
It's like, I'm not going to potentially hurt myself and go
Yeah.
crazy for
It was read and react instead of just going out, going
Sack
full
rates-
blast up there. Just
Sack
attack.
rates were down, pressures were down, everything was down. So,
I don't know. We'll wait and see. I mean, you guys made a lot of good points, and I understand frustration.
Sure.
We all want this team to succeed.
sure.
It's,
but let's do it the right way. Let's do it the right way from now on.
let's get this guy. Let's get this guy. Let's bring Gruden in. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, if he wanted to, since he's been gone, there's been 44 plus head coaching positions available.
Yep.
Has he
Talk
gotten
about
a
it.
call on any of them?
Talk about it.
If you want to come back, and and he says you want to be my offensive coordinator, you know something? You come back as an offensive coordinator and ball out, and guarantee you the rest of the clubs will say, hey, he's playing, so forget about this lawsuit, and I'll pull him in. I'll and audition him for interview him for my next head coaching position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
You got to start
it's-
someplace, and knowing.
It's how I feel about with the Duker thing.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a way and there's somehow that this Duker kid and this defense turns it around and all that, you're telling me that there's not gonna be teams that are gonna be out there. They're going to say, yo, this Duker kid took over this defense that was so
Wow.
trash. And with the New York Jets, the optics of it, because I feel like anything that you do good with the New York market gets completely amplified so much more than if you were with the Colts, right? Or something to that type of squad. I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, well, the
and they're
defense is going to be AG's, right? So he's going to have to implement that. He's going to have to develop these younger kids and follow through with what the scheme is that AG wants, because he's going to call the plays. So basically, he's going to follow through with that. So
But
so
Aaron
wait-
Glenn gives him-
we wait and
Aaron
see
Glenn
how
gives-
he develops these younger kids that are coming in, and see how they pan out.
Yeah.
That's his road to much better success, because everyone's going to say, well, he called the plays,
Mhm.
just like Eric. We always wanted Eric Bieniemy, right?
Yeah, he went back to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He sacked him.
He went interviews, but he never got the head coaching position. Why? Because they all knew it was Reed.
Reed.
Hey, E. So he says the Patriots strategy was always signing guys on a 1-year prove-it deals. Copy that strategy and you will see us excel. How did that work for us when we drafted all of them undrafted free agents on the 1-year deal. I'll wait.
It
How did
didn't
that
work.
turn? How did that turn out for us?
Yeah, it didn't work. But
You can't. It goes to what Afram says. You have to have core players in there, and then from the core players, you could insert those 1-year prove it deals. You could insert those one
And those
players that'll
those
get you over that hill.
it's the one. Those are the guys that were basically on their third contract. Late in the early 30s, and they were specific. Usually the defensive ends or a linebacker, just to come in for that one time to fill in that position that they needed. Because no younger guy was going to take a 1-year deal.
100%. But that's
You know.
but then he says, but our coaching sucked.
Yeah, we realized that.
Yeah, we know that. We've
Yeah.
been know that, but you can't compare what the Patriots were doing with an organization that has so many trophies for so long, where they had a actual office that knew that at this point in his third year, we're not going to bring this guy back because he is not good anymore. So we're going to get rid of this person before he starts deteriorating as a player and bring in another one in. But you had players like, let's name them. You had Rabel that was over there. You had what was his name? Bruce Bushimi,
oh yeah,
whatever his name
Teddy
is.
Bruschi. Teddy
Teddy
Bruschi.
Bruschi. There we go.
Mhm.
You had Tom Brady. You had Welker. You had all of these guys.
Aaron
that
He
were
had a good
Hernandez.
offensive line. He had a good offensive line.
a great offensive line.
Yeah. But
You
you
know,
remember when he first started,
it
a lot
wasn't
of the
good.
guys that were on Parcells or the 99 team with us at 98, 90, Charlie Weiss, Cornell, they all went with Belichick.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You didn't have first time head coaches, coordinators there. You
No,
had
you had
guys
like
with experience.
you had an all-star team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm just
It
saying,
makes a big
like,
difference.
sure does.
it's a huge difference in
Yeah.
regards to that. I mean, yo, I just wanted the Jets to do it the Jets way. Okay, that's what I want. I want us to have success and be able to continue with that success and keep building off of it. I don't want these constant, 1 to 2 to 4 years and then it go from there and then that's it. So,
Infrared Jet, you were never getting Rabel. That was signed, sealed, and delivered as
Yeah,
Yeah.
soon as he
Vrabel.
he was
You
did
had a
his
shot
one
the year
year with the
before
Browns
though.
as a consultant.
Vrabel
He
was
he,
going
he
to be a
fired he
Patriot.
fired Mayo like nothing.
Yeah.
That
And
was set in stone as
yeah.
soon as
Also,
Tennessee let him go.
you had to watch the signs because they never let Mayo use up all of that money for free agency either. They held on to a lot of that money and got rid of guys and then had it all ready for him. Rabel just used us to increase his salary with
Yeah.
Kraft, but
And-
that's his dream job.
Do you
let
think
me
Why
ask-
would he not go there? He had the quarterback. He had all everything he needed.
You think
Okay,
he would have sniffed us if we would have gotten Salah out of here? You think he would have come here?
he would have came to us if there was no other place
Yeah.
to go. But he
Well,
knew
we had that. We had that chance.
he had the
Let-
Patriots.
Let me ask you guys this, right? With the shit team that we had, do you think that Vrabel coming over here would have had the success that he had over there with the Patriots, or
No.
just any quarter or any coach?
I think because he's more defense. I think the defense would have been more disciplined and more. Wilkes was not the right guy. Okay, I think he brought him in because he had just had head coaching experience, but he
Yeah.
was never a very good defensive coordinator. The fact that he brought in McDaniel as the offensive coordinator helped him a lot.
100%, because he didn't have to worry about it anymore.
Exactly.
He could just worry about the defense, and it's
Exactly.
what Aaron Glenn is
that's
trying
what
to
it is.
do right now.
Yeah.
That's what.
So
Ah.
let's see if he can instill a defense that is more than decent with whatever he brings in, and hope that Reich will put together a stable offense. You know, you have the special teams. You're starting to look like a balanced team at that point.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
I-
how many teams have had an offensive line? I just jinxed it. But anyway, I'm sorry, Jets. How many teams have had an offensive line that played 17 games in one season and played, a full season the next season?
We were very fortunate in that.
We're going to find out next season.
Yeah.
Knock on wood on that. I'll tell you that
exactly.
much.
Just so for the best.
Especially
what they do with Simpson and with AVT. I don't know what they're going to do, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah,
we don't know. Everything is speculation right now, but we hope for the best. You know,
we're finally at a point with our offensive line where I'm confident with whatever they decide to do with those two players.
Right.
Yeah.
Which feels weird because especially at offensive line, like offensive line and quarterback were those two positions that we just never got right. Or when we did get right, we would have one or two good players like back in the days, like Nick Mangold.
The guy who was supposed to get us the best offensive line, right?
Look, I say this. I am probably one of the few that wants to. No, I think there's a lot of people. Let me not say that, but I want to bring back Simpson. I am fine with Myers. I'm fine with Myers being the center itself. I want to keep a team where, I want to keep an offensive line where everything around them was burning, going to shit, and they were the only thing that was there constantly. Look, with Simpson, bro, even though Justin Fields sucked and he made the offensive line look a lot worse than because he held that damn ball forever, he still will get up in the face of a defender and say, that's my freaking quarterback. You cannot do that. And that tells you a lot about somebody. We've talked about having these nasty players there, these players that are assholes that you want in the team. Well, he's one of those guys. And I think it would be a disservice if we got rid of him. And I really do want that individual back.
And it's
depends on what he wants.
Yeah. I think the camaraderie part too is also super important.
Sure.
Like you want these players that have played together and know each other's tendencies to where when we're going into next season, we don't have to build that up again.
Right.
It's already built into the season. So being able to have that going into next season would be a great advantage for us.
And they just get better.
Yeah. But don't be surprised as they draft the center.
I want them to draft the center. I want them to draft the center.
There's a kid in Iowa that
Logan.
they say is
Logan.
Yeah.
Logan's the guy, dude.
That he'll come in, he can start. He can start.
We're going to have all these superheroes on the team. We're going to have Bane, Logan,
Duker.
The Duke.
The Duke, baby. The Duke.
Wasn't the Duke a superhero? Wasn't there like a superhero, the Duke?
I don't know.
I think there was.
I can't call no man the Duker. Hey, Coach Duker, can you come over here real quick?
Dookie.
Oh, so bad, man. Imagine Wink and Duker.
Yeah.
That's a nice 1-2 punch, huh?
Hey, but I'm from.
It's Don. It's really Don Martindale. That's his nickname.
Nah, it's Wink.
Can we call it Dookie and Winky?
No, but his real name is Don
It's
Wink
Don,
Martindale. His
Yes.
Wink is,
Where did Wink come from? With like
His
the
nickname.
I don't know.
I know
It's
that's
probably
his
a nickname. Who
but, like,
knows?
where did that Wink that then?
Because he used to wink at you when you would piss him off.
How do you get Bill from William?
I never understood that.
No.
I never.
How do you get what you call it from Richard?
Yeah, how do you get Dick from Richard? Where the hell does that come from?
I don't know.
So real
From
quick,
the body.
I don't like that when people bring up Gerard Mayo situation and bring that and compare that to the AG situation. I feel like those are two completely different.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Gerard Mayo didn't even really have coaching experience when he got hired as the head coach. He was a linebacker coach for a couple of years.
He was a fill-in. He was a fill-in.
Yeah, he was just handed the job. That's different from Aaron Glenn, who has 10 to 11 years of coaching experience, was a defensive coordinator for a couple of years, and then came up into the head coaching position to where he actually worked his way into it. And also the position, the roster that we had and gave to Aaron Glenn compared to the roster that the Patriots gave Vrabel with
Thank
a
you.
quarterback in place, with an infrastructure in place. It's not, we can't keep bringing these two up and comparing them to each other. They're completely different. And I understand one and done situations can make sense for us right now in this situation. It just
It
doesn't make
doesn't.
sense. And bringing up Mayo doesn't make it make any more
If
sense.
you'd have to look at that year when they hired him, who else was available?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And if you'll probably see that probably a majority of them were all better than him, experience.
Mhm.
And
Sure.
but they stuck with this guy. So the whole thing was planned. Let's just tank it. The quarterback is going to be there. Hopefully, best whoever's out there at that number. What we need to do, and it landed for them.
And we still couldn't sweep the New England Patriots.
No.
We still couldn't beat the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's got to start
with
from
the
there.
with the old regime.
Speaking of sweep the like button if you haven't already.
Yes.
Right? If you're in here, listen. For those of you who have been with us for the past 3 hours, God
What are you doing?
bless you.
Hit the
God
like.
bless you.
If you made it this far and have not hit the like yet,
Right? Hit the like. And if you just came in or if you've been here just hanging out, watching, like, I don't know if I should subscribe to these guys. I don't know if I like what they're saying. You know what?
Just
Do something crazy tonight and hit the subscribe button. Be like, you know what? All right, I'll
Hold on
do
the
it.
rope. Tell them to hold
That's
on
it.
to the rope and
That's
become
Where's the
it.
ropes? Where's the
Hold on
ropes?
I'm a
to the rope.
subscriber.
That's it. Hold on to the rope.
It's
Right?
a short rope, I tell you
That's
that.
it. Oh, by the way, we did have somebody who got their rope. We had
Really?
we had a Venmo come in. Yes.
Let's go.
And we have a rope tip. Actually, the Venmo came in and said keep the damn rope. But you know what? I'm gonna hit that person up on Venmo anyway. I'm gonna send a message back and be like, nah, you're not getting off the hook. You
You gonna
gotta
take
get
this
the rope. I don't care. I'm shoving the rope down your throat. Doesn't matter, right? You gotta take the damn rope. So send me your address.
and
I'll
that's
do it.
a Jets Worldwide exclusive. Ever thought of having a rope down your throat? Just know.
Easy.
Some people call it the rope. But yeah, well, you got to go from this to this, right?
The rope, the old rope of dope. I like it.
That's it.
So
Oh,
let's
but
hope for the best, guys. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
I agree. But
Uh,
with that being said,
I was going
Afram,
to say, have we
yeah.
reached the end?
we are reaching towards the end. Afram, what was your thoughts on the new video?
Oh, it's excellent.
You
Excellent.
liked it? Were you
Excellent.
dancing?
Yeah, it was excellent. I liked it. Very
Macho
nice.
says that he so just to let everybody, Macho made the video for us. So
Very
we
good.
appreciate
Excellent
you a
job.
lot, Macho.
Thank you.
Excellent
And
job.
he says now every single morning, right when he wakes up, has a cup of coffee, he's listening to the song because he just makes his hips move like Shakira, and they
Yep.
don't lie.
They do
Be
not.
positive, and then when they start winning, start making a better video about winning. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I am making like there's gonna be horns playing in the background.
Yeah.
There's going to be Snowball praying, and the fact that there was a rope in the middle, that's gonna be there. Yeah, it is going to be the most obnoxious.
was there a
Video.
light when you saw the rope? Was there a light behind the rope that just came out of nowhere?
Hey, and with that being said, ISU says the only thing that's going to get all ropes at full attention is the Jets actually
Exactly.
winning games. And you are right, ISU.
I tell you, that Woody should be thinking if we start winning, let's sell ropes, and then the Jet fans can start swinging the ropes.
Start swinging your ropes.
Instead of the
Yeah.
terrible towel.
It's the fucking ropes. Oh my
That's it.
god.
And then when they start hitting each other when they're drunk with the
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. That's
It's going to be a
exactly
foam rope.
Holy
You're just gonna see a bunch of ropes in the fourth quarter just raining down on us when we're getting blown out by
You know,
20.
Look, it can give us white silly string and we can shoot ropes.
There you go.
Oh,
There we go.
And
giving them
big
too many
shout
ideas.
out to Mr. Sir
Ooh,
Luca.
Sir Luca.
Yay.
It's 9 a.m. in Sri Lanka. Watch you during breakfast. Well, I hope you're enjoying your breakfast, my good sir. And hey man, send us some over here.
What's a Sri Lanka breakfast
That
consist
is a
of?
good question. I was
Yeah,
thinking
put in the
same
chat,
exact
man,
thing.
because I want to know what a
Please,
Sri Lankan.
please.
What is a Sri
I
Lankan?
would say sausage.
You're gonna say sausage.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like I'm gonna be let down, and it's gonna be cereal. Like it's gonna be something
I just
Would
had
be
a
an
bowl of
American
Captain Crunch.
breakfast.
very,
Afram?
very bland or something.
It's honeycomb.
Honeycombs.
Oh.
Sugar smacks.
Ooh,
Those are
them
my
joints,
favorite.
them
Those,
joints,
huh?
them joints smacked.
I love
Throwback.
those.
Ugh.
Right? How come
Damn,
they don't have those?
now I'm hungry.
Right? What was the guy Diggum? Right? Remember Diggum? He was the frog.
Kevin.
Did he do honey?
That was the Honey Smack Frog. That was his name.
Yeah.
Diggums?
Robert's seen the building.
Diggum.
And if you guys are watching the show, please smash the like and hit the sub button for Jets.
Where's
Gentlemen,
the
until
current,
next Friday,
Yes.
enjoy.
Afram, take care of yourself, my friend.
Thank you,
I'll
Afram.
try. Stay warm there, man, because right now here where I am, it's, what is it now? It's 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Feels like -2, it says.
I got 13 on the Long Island Sound, so
I got 25. Feels like 20 in Virginia Beach. Macho?
It's a heat wave over there.
33.
33.
Look, Afram, I
Oh,
will
it's summer.
never complain ever again. I was stuck in Ohio. Okay.
I heard, yeah.
It never went above -10 the entire time I was there. It was over 4 feet of snow. Okay. And then they had like a level 3. I don't know what even that meant, but there was nobody allowed to be in the streets or anything like that at all. It was crazy. I was in the airport. Every hotel was packed, like it was sold out. So I had no choice but to stay in the airport, right? And I'm in there. There's no food. There's nothing at all, dude. I am like breaking vending machines at this point. Okay, like I wasn't breaking vending machines, but it was insane, man. It was nuts. And
You know who I feel bad for?
who?
Boy Green. I was
yeah.
listening to him in the morning. As soon
He's
as
up in
like he
Syracuse.
cleaned a path, another storm came and just filled it right up again.
Yeah.
How do you live like that? I mean, it happens all the time.
I know.
I mean,
And he's so
supposed to
short. It's
buffalo.
hard for him to get through the snow.
No,
Here it is.
Little guy.
Here it is. All right.
Ooh.
String hoppers, dal and coconut chutney, boiled
I'm
eggs,
looking that up.
fruit,
String
toast, butter,
butter.
and marmalade.
I had that just the other day.
What's a string hopper?
Oh, I've never seen this before. Okay.
What is it?
It's
I
a
don't know
grasshopper
how
on a
to-
string.
I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me.
I will
We're
say
all
does-
Googling string hoppers.
I like the coconut chutney boiled eggs. That sounds
String hoppers. What else?
matter of
What
fact,
the hell is
that doll. I don't know what that doll is.
Dal.
would
and
you be
coconut.
able to put would you be
rice
able to
flour
put this up?
noodles? Okay. They're rice flour noodles.
There you
String
go.
hoppers.
It's a hearty breakfast.
Damn. Good shit.
What the hell?
Very nice.
Hold on.
Oh, ISU is showing us his copy paste skills. There you go. Copy paste. Because that's what I just read. But very good.
28 in North Carolina. Feels like 20. Yeah.
Snowball, are you able to put up my screen?
Can I put up your screen? Yeah,
Yeah,
I could.
I put it up there.
There you go.
So everyone can see the string hoppers here. Get a
Oh,
better
okay.
understanding. of what
Idiot.
this looks like.
How would you say it? How would you say it in Sri Lankan? Go ahead. Go back.
Idiapam.
Idiapam.
Idiapam. I'm so sorry if this is wrong, like really wrong. So
There you go.
I don't want to offend nobody, but
This is
I
what the
think
jet
that's how it's
season has come to.
literally.
String hoppers. Rice noodles.
What is that
Idiapam.
dal? Oh, it's lentils. Okay.
Dal is
Beans
lentils.
mashed up. Okay.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me try to share this real quick.
Ooh,
Can I
that
share my
looks good.
screen? How do I share my screen?
Coconut chutney. I think I might have to take off mine. I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Those eggs look delicious.
Those eggs look good.
right?
They look good.
Those
The
eggs look
chutney,
really
chutney.
good. I love chutney.
Yeah, the chutney.
Good stuff, man.
Coconut chutney.
What is
boiled
chutney?
eggs.
Is that like the seasoning?
Chutney's like fruit. You can have fruit, right? Like fruit in a jam. That's what I
We had
had.
marmalade too on that list. So
Yeah.
he ate well.
I don't know what I'm
Put it
doing.
that
Oh
way.
man, internet. How do I share?
How
Can
do
you
I
guys
share my screen?
can you guys see it?
Nope.
No, we just saw the light in your
Is it
face.
in yet?
That's not it. That's not it either.
Hold on.
Wait, do you feel that? Nope. I don't feel that.
Share
Wait, I think I
screen.
got no. All right,
Nope.
that's not
No,
it.
no.
That's
Slipped
not-
out.
It says
Just go to sleep.
select. Damn it. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Go to
Wait.
present or invite. Then it's gonna share screen, and then you have all the choices of all the websites you have up on your.
Yeah, it's like if you're about to add a file that's a photo or a video,
Oh, don't
but
even
you
say
hit
that.
share
Tim.
screen
All
instead.
right, we just lost them.
Here you go, Snowball. I just sent to you in the private chat.
Jesus Christ. Where is it? Where? What? Private chat. Where's the private chat? Hold on.
See,
There we go.
look, it's not me, man.
Oil,
Just worldwide
spices
exclusive.
mixed.
That's it.
How to use 101 internet
That's it.
unknown.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I got you.
I was about to say I could do it if you need me to.
I got you. Hold on. I'm on. You're on Facebook.
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
is a
on
Facebook
Facebook.
link.
It's
Link
just
is on
popped up. Yeah,
Oh, because it's a Facebook link.
Yeah, the
That's
link
what it is.
Facebook.
All right.
but it shows
so-
it and it says Sri Lanka.
Yes, I know. I see that. It comes from Sonis Goala, Goila, or something like that. There. See it?
It's coming up. There it goes.
There it is. Okay.
Look at that. That's what he's eating right now, guys.
That's the food.
All of that.
It looks very appetizing.
I
Just
like they put their
worldwide.
rice in a square. Never seen that
Behind
before.
the scenes uncut.
Those are Rice Krispie treats.
Is that a Rice Krispie treat? Because that would
I
make
don't know
more
what it
sense.
is. I have
That
no
would make
idea
a
what
lot
it
of
is.
sense.
So
Actually.
I thought that square was freaking cheese. That's how Hispanic I am.
You thought it
Yo,
was
I-
Dominican cheese?
Yeah, bro. I thought that's exactly what I thought it was.
Well, listen, it looks very healthy, to say the least.
No, look good.
So I'm
Look good.
sure Sir Luca is a very healthy man.
You got to call into the show so that you can show us a live look
Right.
at your breakfast.
Like a live look at
Oh
what
yeah. Hey, Sir Luca, call in real quick, man.
Luka
wanna
Doncic too.
we want to see your string hoppers. Show us
Show me
your
your string hopper.
Show me your string hoppers.
And this what happens after 3 hours of being on air talking
I
about
am-
the New York Jets.
You know
And
how
now
we
we're
said
talking
last
about
week?
Sri Lankan breakfast.
You're looking at three guys. I don't know if Afram went to the bathroom before he came on with us, but you're looking at three guys who have not hit the potty in 3 hours.
Men,
Join us for hour 4, Jets Worldwide
Worldwide
Food
Food
Network.
we might have to stay on 3 more hours and wait for him to have lunch and see what he has then.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
About to go to work fishing. I call in after.
Right? All right.
So now we got to stay on until they call in.
About to go to work fishing. He fishes for a living.
That's awesome.
How cool is that?
Hell yeah, I love fishing.
Pull it after. Yeah, all right. So we'll stay on for you, Sir Luca. It's okay.
What,
Go
like
fishing,
4
we'll
more
be
hours,
here.
you think?
We'll be here. Don't worry about it. Come
We
back.
got you.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, Afram, it was a
Yeah.
pleasure, brother.
Same
Thank you so
here,
much for
as
being on,
always.
as always. We'll see you next week.
You got it, kiddo. Be well, guys.
Later, man.
Take care,
Thanks,
bro.
Afram.
And then there was us 3.
Yep.
Macho,
Yes, sir.
this was a long show tonight, man. A lot of things were
Yeah.
said, a lot of things were being talked about. I mean, it's true. We have no idea what's going to go on next year. And the only certainty that we have is that AG is going to be here.
That is pissing so many people off. It's
It was-
amazing. And what makes it worse is like Mike Tomlin gets fired, Jim Harbaugh gets fired, right?
No.
And AG's like, yes, I'm still here, motherfuckers. Right?
Literally.
Oh
Literally.
my God. Oh, he's gonna have fish and rice for lunch.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Just to let you know.
I'm
So he's
gonna
going
assume
fishing to get the fish for the fish and rice.
I'm gonna assume he is in good shape because it looks like he eats very well.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
You don't see a lot of fat fishermen,
damn, that's a good point.
right?
I don't really see fishermen anymore in general.
I do all the time because
Oh, okay.
I live on Long Island, so
That makes sense. Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Macho?
No. So I was gonna say with the whole Jets thing. I mean, no matter what side of the coin you're on, whether you're for Aaron Glenn, you're against Aaron Glenn. It truly does not matter. What matters is we want the team to be good.
Mhm.
Is the team going to be good next year? And what is the route to get there? Just make sure that you have your expectations hindered. If you're expecting, I mean, Johnny Boy, you said that you want us to that you're expecting a winning season. I think that's a little high.
I mean, it
The
is.
expectation, and I don't think it's wrong that you want that. You should want that. We should all want that.
But my brain is saying probably like 4 or 5 wins, maybe
Yeah.
at that.
Okay.
Right. And if we keep that in mind when we're hearing all this stuff that comes out, Brian Duker getting hired, Wink being supposed to be our DC, and then things change and stuff like that, there's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of moving pieces. Just don't freak out. We have so much shit that's going to happen until the season starts. Let it play out. Don't overreact to all this stuff. You're only going to make it worse on yourself. We already stressed so much throughout the season. The last thing you need to do is also stress the off season, because then you're just
100%.
gonna go crazy. So just let's take all this new information in with open ears, try to flush it out, try to understand what it is that's going on here, and just realize that there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen for us to be good. And it's not something, just one move that's going to make it happen. There's not that one thing that's going to change everything around. Let the process play out, and then just enjoy the ride, man.
Hell yeah. Hey, Macho, what you
Sir.
got cooking over there with the Macho Talks Sports, man? I know you're still building and building and building,
Yes, sir.
which
Yes,
is
sir.
dope. So, any more news coming on that front?
As of right now, no, I don't have any shows planned. I was thinking there is one that's possibly going to happen. I'm debating whether I wanted to do something for Super Bowl, probably like in the afternoon or the morning, something just to get a show started. We can all talk about the Super Bowl, talk about the game, expectations for the games, talk about the stuff that happened during the season, what we expect for next season, and all that stuff. So that if any show does happen, that's the next show that's going to happen. But as of right now, nothing set in stone. I'm dropping little shorts every here there. No scheduled stuff, but we are still here. We're still active. You're still gonna see me. Obviously, you guys call me. I'll be here.
Word.
Yeah, man, I'm here, man.
Yo, and happy anniversary to you
Thank
and
you.
the wifey.
Thank
So
you.
if
Thank
the
you.
wifey is watching, okay, this man said, yo, I need to speak to wifey first because I know she likes to have plans and everything like that. So before I
Mhm.
commit and say yes, let me go that. So just to let you know, wifey, so you're not
Mhm.
throwing my man in the doghouse.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. He put us second. Okay. He put us second. He put you first, as he should be.
Of course, yeah. And she's putting him to sleep right now, my boy to sleep right now, thankfully. Hopefully he goes to sleep soon. And yeah, man, thank you. 5 years. Shout out to my baby. And shout out
Oh,
to you
yeah.
guys, man. Jets Worldwide. Who else is going to be on this for 3 hours? 3 hours. Come on now.
You've been here for 3 hours.
Hey, Macho, with that being said, brother, appreciate you, man. We look
Yes,
forward
sir.
to
Yes,
bringing
sir.
you back on again, man.
I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Macho.
And
All
that,
right.
and then it was us.
That's it. I have nothing else to say.
I don't
I've said
either.
everything. That's it. I'm exhausted.
Well, guys, check out the new outro that we have right here, which is the same as the intro. So with that being said, this again has been a Friday night special. You have some time over here with us, and this has been a Jets World
wide production.
And with that being said, we're out.
See ya.
I don't know how to do it right now. End the stream.
I was
So just
waiting.
kidding.
We started off as Titans, and now we're the Jets. The start of every season always starts with the sweats. Vinny T, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, what's the deal? Don't even try to tell me that the curse ain't real. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny Boys, Jets worldwide. Why, yeah, boy. Like and subscribe. Fitzpatrick, the end of every season is always tragic. Doug Bryan missed, everybody got a piss. 2 Super Bowl seasons ended with just one twist. 15 years without the playoffs. Is Aaron Glenn legit? We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny Boys, Jets worldwide. Like and subscribe.